Howdy folks, welcome to Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder campaign. I am Joe Treff, your DM this evening and most, and joining me are my friends, I forgot to go to the actual thing, Matt, Dan, Kara, Olive, and Ari. Everybody's here today.
Hey!
Yeah, we're going to be playing some Starfinder today, but before we do, a couple of quick announcements. First, we have a YouTube at Albron RPG where you can see all of the old sessions that we have played, along with a whole bunch of other content. We have one-shots set in the universes of our different campaigns. We have a whole bunch of different... Now, like, we have a million things. We have Humblewood. We have an amazing series of Cypher System games that Kara ran for us called Iron and Thorn, which we're all very excited to hopefully get a chance to revisit in the very near future. No pressure, but like a little bit. There's going to be in September a one-shot that Olive is running that is going to be a Starfinder one-shot that is a little bit less focused on combat, a little bit more focused on love.
Yes, sir.
Question mark?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And so, you know, you can see that when it re-airs. We do have a YouTube at Albron RPG where you can see all of that. It's, I think at this point, we're getting close to, 500 different sessions of role-playing that are there. So, at Albron RPG there. We have an Instagram, at Albron RPG, where you can see all the different things that are on the table. Right now, it's some journals and some minis, but occasionally there are combat and puzzle maps and things like that. So, you can see that at Albron RPG on Instagram. And then tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be playing D&D, our original campaign, Courts of Everest, where we are in the midst of a prison that is called the Stocks, where there is a ooze-related adventure happening, and everything is going totally fine. But that is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Matt's there, Kara's there, we have a whole bunch of other friends that are joining us. So you can see us right here when we do that. And I think that's all the announcements that we have. So it's time for this week's session of Mosaic Team 5. Mosaic Team 5. Last we played Echo, Gibbs, and Bubbles. You were left to find an alternate route to Hardcore Henry's compound while Spice and Shade took a long, slow car ride to what would likely be an execution. Echo, you followed a Skittermander delivery, though realized perhaps a bit too late that you had tracked them in the wrong direction, finding that they were delivering grapes, cheese, and other goods to the place known as the Shipyard of Sin. You then utilized your disintegration pistol to shoot your way past the Whamzim delivery door outside the Vesk Armory. You found it unguarded and unlocked within. Echo, you turned to find a different avenue of approach, leaving all of that behind. You all found your way to the entrance to the maintenance decks. Echo, you destroyed another door to gain access after attempting to hack and being a little less than successful, but still managing to dodge the countermeasures. Excuse me. Gibbs and Bubbles, you took a slightly longer path to the same place. Bubbles and Gibbs, you made your way through first a gauntlet of broken shipping containers, setting magnetized triggers off that caused flechette rounds to be launched through the air. Bubbles, you shielded Gibbs with your body, and you made your way through to the door beyond, with Gibbs expertly hacking the door. Yeah. Meanwhile, Echo, you made your way through the sublevels that Bubbles and Gibbs would soon follow through oily boxes, defunct machinery, a dark room with Yosoki-sized caskets, and suspiciously clean spaces, and then through an airlock to the exterior of the crawler, and to a guarded space that was being used to supply oxygen, power, and supplies to Hardcore Henry's compound. With time to spare, as Bubbles and Gibbs made their way through the subsections themselves, Echo impersonated a generic Rocco unit and successfully made their way in, convincing the guards that they were lost. Echo, you were assigned Fred, a human henchman, as an escort, who, Echo, you promptly assassinated once out in the halls with a single shot beneath the chin, disintegrating their entire head. At this point, Gibbs and Bubbles, you rejoined, having rushed through the subsections and watched as Echo took on the facade and features of Fred. Gibbs and Bubbles, you coached Echo on how to potentially better socially infiltrate before settling on the strategy of not talking. Echo, you made your way in, yeah, that was rough, and bluffed your way up towards the lift before turning and firing at the large crew boss and darting beneath the ramp as combat began. Bubbles, you rolled into the room initially thinking that this would be an easy fight, watching as the crew boss flexed their arms and used technomancy to take control of nearby machinery to use the power of industrial manufacturing to pummel Echo. Gibbs, you entered the fray firing a force disc, but watching as it sailed off and into the yard. You took a little bit of damage, but you were able to soak up more from your allies and kept Echo alive as they were focused on. Echo, you rushed up the lift and gunned down a number of the henchmen along the way, landing a number of trick attacks successfully to dispatch the leader and to stop the lift before it was able to reach the top and potentially warn everybody else of your arrival. Gibbs, you feared the henchmen along the top, causing one of them to drop their weapons and leap 20 feet below. And all of you were able to overcome the opposition and found yourselves a little bit worse for wear, but ultimately alive and beneath the compound, as far as you know, undetected. And that is where we begin this evening, although we can start by explaining the whereabouts of Shade and Spice.
Where you at?
Excuse me, do you have water in this car? Where are the water bottles?
So, for sake of storytelling, you are all rolling now past the gates of the compound. You are in an old Jacinto Eisenhower car, which is like a sort of Lincoln town car. It's not quite as glamorous as a limousine. I would say, Spice, you don't see this as glamorous in any way, but it is definitely designed to keep people safe, both from the inside and the outside. And there are certainly no locks or door handles. It's childproof, but a little bit more than that. Okay. You can see as you are entering the space, there are a number of Carbon Cartel guards that are around, although most of them are kind of heading off and in the direction of the hangar. You can see that there is a sort of large structure in front of you with tinted doors that kind of show a couple of flashing lights beyond. There are 6 guards that approach this door. And they would open up on the side. Who is on the left and who is on the right?
Spice is a lefty.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means.
Spice is probably in first.
Dominant
Probably got in the
is
car
left.
first.
Yeah.
So the left door opens. And you can hear just beyond, there is just like the murmur of voices. You can hear some like low music, but you see that there are 6 guards, and almost immediately there are 3 little red dots that from beyond, from this large tower that is in front of a drawbridge that is made of hard light that just paint across your head and then your heart, and then one traces over behind your shoulder and onto Shade's shoulder. Probably the most vital part that they can reach at this kind of angle from above. But you can see the first Carbon card. They're all wearing this Enforcer armor, so faceless masks. You can see your own reflection and these red glowing eyes that are projecting LED light from beyond. But the manufactured voice comes out through, and they say, "Come on, get out." And there is this semi-automatic pistol that is leveled towards you. All the other guns, you can hear safety's off.
I think, so what Spice does is she has like the red lights, whatever, the laser, what are those called?
Laser sights.
No, the sights, yeah. So all the sights are pointed. She like tips her sunglasses down, winks at the sniper up in the corner, and then offers her hand out like she's a like going onto the runway, and makes a scene out of getting out of the car. Because I take it that the guard doesn't take her hand to like get her out of the car.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he does?
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, that's
absolutely.
nice. So she like.
Are you resisting in any way?
No.
Okay.
I'm
So
not
as you
resisting
kind
at
of
all.
take her hand and you push your weight down, they take it and they push it close to your other hand and they link these cuffs together.
Oh. Okay.
They pull you along. There is one off to your left, one off to your right, and there are
familiar
3
with this,
more
right?
guards that now wait kind of
Yeah.
for you to shuffle out. They don't open the
It's
other
usually
door.
the other way.
Oh, so I can't just open the door and get out like this?
No, you have to like slide out.
Okay, I slide out, I guess.
It's awkward. It's a little uncomfortable, and part of that might be the point. It's
Wait,
there's no real
you
way to
get
look.
cuffed too?
I haven't gotten cuffed yet.
No,
Right,
but
no.
as you come out, a hand is offered to you, and you see cuffs on the other one.
Can
You
I,
go, sir.
before, like, not in an amount of time that is going to raise suspicion, but can I try to identify the make of these cuffs? And, like, is there anything that I can prepare so that I can eventually, like, get out of them?
You could either learn more about the cuffs, or you could probably try to do something to like make it potentially fail when they put them on.
I know that.
But either
What would
it would
you
be
do?
hard to do both at once to like inform your decision.
Okay, I guess I want to do something so that I can, like, use engineering to kind of, like, have them in a disabled mode or whatever.
Okay, make an engineering check. I would say take a -8 conditional modifier. There's no tools or anything that really help you in
I mean,
engineering.
sorry, I meant, like, thinking about it, not actually doing it.
Yeah, but
Is
in
there a
thinking
cuff?
about it, there's not really a lot that thinking helps in this regard.
Okay.
But thinking is good. Always think. I'm not saying don't think.
It was -8, you said?
Yes.
23.
23. Okay.
Self-defense.
With the 23, you can see these are like pretty old-fashioned, like mechanical manacles. You can see that there is a pivot that has been welded into the middle part, and the way that these close, they need to close to a certain degree before they kind of lock. And you recognize that mechanically by sort of flexing your wrist to a way to make it sort of swell at the joint. When they close it,
It won't be.
you have a chance at having it close a little bit looser, and you will have a easier time picking the lock.
That's
I
exactly what I just
will.
rolled.
Yeah,
try
well,
to,
fuck.
like,
Olive didn't know that, but I feel like Spice would know that.
quick action
It's a common thing. We just have to
to
watch
like
before. Well,
slightly
duh.
engage
I've
my
never been
arm blade
arrested.
to make that little
That's
extra bit
surprise.
of distance when they go to latch it.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
I would say if you want to do that, make a sleight of hand check. You know, having a blade out will probably provoke some kind of.
Yeah, I guess not.
Response.
Yeah, not like actually engaging the blade. It's just because that's the only quick action thing that I could do.
Yeah.
Other than, like, positioning the
It
arm.
runs. It does. So just so you know, it does run that risk.
24.
24. Okay. At the last second, as they go and they push this cuff shut, you open the bay that opens up to this kind of blade. You don't put it out itself, but the little compartment that kind of opens to allow it to unfold, that in and of itself adds maybe a millimeter of thickness, but every bit counts. So we'll see. But you now have manacles on a little bit looser. Spice, yours a little bit tighter, and you're led 10 feet apart to the front door. You can hear really, really slow kind of music. There is not a lot of voices, and you can see from the polarized sort of glass that there are shapes beyond. Are you doing anything before the doors are opened?
No, I'm not.
Any signs of presumably guards are coming. The
That's where
lasers were
the-
from
yeah.
there. Are there any other? You said there are. We can see like silhouettes in the windows. You
Yeah.
said foyer windows, or are there like other?
Off to the left-hand side, labeled
The
greenhouse.
greenhouse.
Let me put the combat.
Yeah, I guess I
camera.
just want to like kind of get a lay
Sure.
of the land.
So
as we're
looking from
to
left
see
to
if there's
right, you can
anything.
see the greenhouse. It is mostly concrete, going up to about waist height, and then going above, there is this kind of polarized. It is glass. It is green glass, but it's not greenhouse. That would make no sense in terms of the kinds of light here. That's more stylized. What you see beyond is very alien fauna, and many of it very bright and vibrant, not designed for food-bearing things or anything, although if you would want to use, you can do one thing, so I'll give you a couple options. If you would want to make a nature check, you could find out more about that. You see directly in front of you the tinted windows along the foyer reveal a 2-story high structure that is made out of concrete and then some kind of bulletproofed shaded glass. And you can see there's a number of lights coming. It looks like a party. It sounds quiet for a party, but there is a number of like murmuring voices, and you can see people kind of sitting amongst what look like couches in the front. It does look like maybe there's a car in the middle of the structure.
Of the foyer.
Of the foyer, yeah. And then you can see off and to the right, there is what looks like a really hardened. At first, you mistake it for like a bunker or something, but then you realize with some of the ventilation and the mounting for exterior sort of. It's designed to be like a auditory space. This is a theater of some kind, probably a very high-tech personal theater.
Okay. And we're being led into the foyer.
Yes, directly in the front door.
Just one quick point of order.
Sure.
Can you guys just describe, are you guys wearing anything? Like, what are you guys wearing for costumes?
I think at that point, once we're caught, I would have probably not had the glamour projector on because
Default shade.
No. I'm in full fucking
know who we
Bastion
are.
outfit.
they
I don't
know
care.
who we are, so I'm giving up the pretense.
Yeah, no, I have the tiniest little shirt on because he doesn't wear a shirt, and I've got cargo shorts or whatever the fuck Bastion wears. I'm just the female version of Bastion. Lavender hair, lavender skin, super hot, but a girl.
Are you wearing a helmet or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
I know I should be. Well, actually, then yes, I take it back. I am wearing a helmet because I know you guys are about to vent the oxygen.
Shade doesn't need to breathe, so we're good there.
So yes,
You're
no.
just full on marshmallow spacesuit, getting out of the car.
Okay, so you have a helmet on going in. That's going to be very
funny.
Um,
That's interesting.
good point. Good point of order.
There is one thing I changed my mind I do want to do.
Sure.
So I'm going to use my feat telepathic spy
Sure.
to see if there's any telepathic communication happening around me
Sure.
that I can spy on.
Okay. What's the range on that?
Within range of my telepathy, which is 120 feet.
Nice.
Love that shit.
Yeah. That's nice to you. You gave me a thing that doubles my
Oh yeah.
my strength.
Cool. I always thought I would end up reading
the
minds,
range.
but
Oh! Alright. I beat the DC by 5 or more. If you succeed by 5 or more, you glean 3 pieces of information about the communication, such as identity of the source, its general nature, the emotional state of the sender or recipient, and so on.
Okay. What was the roll?
It was a 29.
29. And it was by 5 or more?
By 5 or more, and I beat it by... So the DC
is
is
20.
20 of sense motive. But you can do... Although they're unaware of me trying to spy on them, the subject can attempt a saving throw that is DC 10 plus half your level plus your charisma modifier to prevent it.
Is that a 20?
Mine? Wouldn't that be their DC?
Well, I guess
So
it's theirs,
it's
yeah.
the subjects gets a new DC to prevent it.
I thought it was based
How
on...
about your level
Yeah, it's
Oh.
based
and
on
your
yours.
charisma modifier?
So,
So you're
5
level
plus 4, so 19.
19 meets a pizza.
Okay.
So there is one little strand of psychic communication that is happening right now.
Okay.
You can hear it kind of flashing forward and back. It seems to be coming from the edges of your kind of periphery. And what kind of information do you want to know?
3 pieces of it, such
you
as
succeed by 10
identity
or
of
more.
the source.
Did you succeed by 10 or more because you got a 30?
It was a 29.
Damn.
Yeah.
Close.
Emotional state of the sender or recipient, or identity of the source. So I want to know its general nature, actually. I want to know the general nature of the conversation.
The general nature of this conversation is one of deception. It's one
Somebody lying
that
to another person?
you can feel there is a little bit of grease to the psychic connection. And that to you is the same kind of almost bacon grease feeling of gambling that's happening and somebody feeling like they have the upper hand. And you get the sense that somebody is communicating psychically to help somebody else in a game of luck or chance.
Spice is immediately turned on, going, "Whoa, I'm in the right place! Wow!"
That's happening like on the other side of the building,
Okay,
like
so
from the
it's
space
far.
between the hangar and the building
Okay,
proper.
so it's maybe irrelevant.
So like
but
in the
still
garage.
cool.
Two guards are on their lunch break.
Got it.
While we're walking up, instead of I don't really care too much about the flora and fauna.
Sure.
As interested as Matt is.
Sure.
Shade is trying to figure out what we're walking into a little more, looking at the foyer, if there's any indication of like how many people are in there. You said it was like a
So they're about
quiet,
to open
small
the door.
party.
Are you trying to get the sense before they open the door?
I guess Not
Okay.
because if we're walking right in, I'm gonna
Yeah,
find
it's like
out
6
more.
steps
Yeah.
forwards, and then you just go. As Spice is at the door, you are getting out of the car, and then as they are bringing you up, the door is already like opening on the inside. And yes,
You get a message telepathically from Spice being like, I'm going with it. And then that's it. To you. Only you.
the door open, and the hushed conversation that was occurring below and all around suddenly quiets. And there are people that just turn and look. You can see a number of people, all in relatively nice attire. Many you can see are wearing elements of like D suits or other things designed a little bit more for space travel. All of them hold cocktails. Some of them look at you, but most avert their eyes. And you can see there are like a number of L-shaped couches. There is this beautiful, almost like galaxy-looking ceramic tile floor. You can see there is an upper level, and on this upper level, somebody that you have only seen in a poster so far, dead center, almost just off to the right of a lift that is in the back of the space, you can see Henry Kent. This huge cyborg body, gleaming, broad shoulders. You can see chiseled jaw. They look at you down their nose, which has been broken many times, and you can see between the two of you there is a luxury sports car of some kind that is perched up on like a pedestal. There are a number of other things, and you can see like tables and things going off into the sides. With a visual perspective.
Sorry, that was way too excited.
That's loud. So one thing that we have to keep in mind here, there is the potential for 2 visual perspectives to be on the map, depending on how successful or sneaky Bubbles, Gibbs, and Echo end up being. So just think about that.
Fully sneaky.
I'm sorry, I scared everybody.
There's a cookie left. if
I'm
someone
gonna
wants
get
it.
myself out of the way and
I'm
go
good.
pee my
Right.
pants now so that I don't pee my pants in character.
Thank you for that colorful commentary.
I like your colorful commentary, especially when it's urine color.
Okay, the fact that there's like a sexy car and like sexy people just drinking cocktails in this like sexy lounge. This is very sexy. to
Yeah, but
me.
you know they like want
Oh,
you, but not in a sexy way, right?
Yeah, but I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna.
Oh my
make
God.
it- I'm gonna make
We
it
have to
that
fit
way.
2 things on here?
We'll see.
Oh,
We'll see.
here's hoping we're sneaky.
Yeah, I think we'll be sneaky.
Thank you. And so,
Oh, what a beautiful! I love these tiles.
so
Joe, how'd
here,
you- is this from the tile store?
it's from Amazon, but yeah, it is tile.
Oh, I thought that was something Dan got you.
No.
They're gorgeous. Look at the presents. That guy
Yeah.
flipped over.
Sexy, am I right?
Yep, you're right
Am I
here.
wrong?
Oh.
I'm
So
right.
where is Bubbles and
They're
Spice?
right here.
If I got a Bubbles
Pick
and
up
Spice,
presents
or
for
sorry,
you.
not Bubbles and Spice. I'm so used to just saying them together.
So we're still up on
Wait,
the elevator.
literally
we haven't gone
dead?
down yet.
We haven't got up yet. We're down. Yeah.
Like, choose your death
Nope,
gifts.
that's wrong. Well, I still have to fix Gibbs. That's fuel tax.
Oh. Wow. Fuel text.
All right.
Daddy.
Looking.
So
That.
let me show everybody what we have here. And as a reminder, you can see it in much greater detail at Outborn RPG. But you can see Hardcore Henry is the one represented by that very large cyborg-looking individual. You can see there is a Kasatha that is also up standing there. And I would say you can see that in each of their 4 hands they have a different pistol. You can see that there is a human off on the right-hand side who has a rifle that is kind of leveled in your general direction. And you can see that there is a Vesk who is behind a number of different sort of security consoles and things like that. And in front of them, they have a number of laser monster card arena cards just kind of leveled out in front of them.
This
They
guy?
have a whole deck. Oh, yeah. There are a couple of other people along the bottom area that you can see as well. Some of them hold drinks. You can see one of them certainly seems to be armed, but the rest all seem to
this
be
one, right?
kind of... Yeah, that's definitely the one that's armed. No, that Yosoki is wearing kind of just like a blue spacesuit. They're not
I
a
painted
wizard.
that one.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but they're not a wizard in this.
Space wizard.
What you doing?
But that is what you can see. That is what you are walking into. That is what is in front of you. You can see each of those tunnels represents a direction going off. Probably the one that you see closest to you on the left will go towards the greenhouse. The one that is in the far right-hand side will go off towards what you identified to be the acoustic space, the theater, whatever that may be. And then you see some other sort of directions. as well.
Greenhouse acoustic?
Correct.
Okay, so you're left. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. So this is north on the map and kind of oriented it same way. Or sorry, this is west on the map, east on the map. I'm good at directions, guys.
You are. You're good at so much.
So that happens. You kind of stand in those doorways. As that's happening, this is kind of the end of, if the rest of you are all taking a short rest, the end of your short rest is happening right as they are walking through those doors. So you have about 10 minutes until that happens. What are you all doing in that time?
So short rest heals stamina, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm gonna do that, and then you're fucked up.
Yes.
Okay. So I heal my stamina, and I
We're all
spend a
little
resolve
fucked up.
point.
That's why we're in this situation in the
Okay.
first place.
And so all of you are in this sort of subsection. There is the steady hum of a generator. You can hear a little bit of some kind of an oxygen exchange happening. And then the lift is in the center of the room. There is one corpse on there. And you all have the space relatively empty to you.
Everyone heals. 34 hit points. Is that enough?
I didn't.
Okay. Well, Echo, is that enough?
That's enough to get me like almost to full.
Okay.
Oh.
Nice.
Oops.
I'm like 19 away from complete full.
19 away. All right. And then I have remove affliction.
Please.
And remove affliction is a kind of expensive spell, but it's not my most expensive.
I would save it for
Are you
after
sure?
the fight. I feel
Is
like
it gonna fuck you up over the fight though?
we don't know, but we might want all our resources.
Okay, then I will offer it to you. But if you politely decline it, I will tell you that that's fine.
Guys, we gotta hurry. Spice could be in danger, but
Cool.
Shade's probably fine.
And then can I start gnawing on the wires for the generator?
You want to what?
I don't know, the generator wires?
Make an engineering
I thought we just
check.
unplugged it.
No, we unplugged the console.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Is-
they
is
can't
it
communicate
unpluggable?
up. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
It is unpluggable. Yeah, you can just
You
turn
just
it
plug
off.
it-
There's like a
plug it
switch
back
you
in.
can pull.
Yeah, but someone will have to come all the way down here.
To plug something in?
Yeah. Is the goal to just unplug the generator?
Isn't it to destroy it?
Echo's gonna go over to the generator and see if there's a way to sabotage it.
Make
Yeah.
an engineering check.
Okay. Seeing that Gibbs is about to gnaw on wires and knowing that historically
You
is
see
not
like
healthy.
the high capacity
Not electrical
generator
spaghetti.
directly next to the wires that Gibbs is about to gnaw on.
37.
37. You can see Gibbs is about to gnaw on like probably what is carrying power to one of the entire structures, not like a small line. Gibbs's whole paws are like on either side of it, like holding this huge thing. But yeah, there's a mechanical override that you can pull down to turn it off. It's designed to be used if there's something like water encroaching on the space or something. You can also just manually sever the connections with a sharp object or something like that.
Echo's gonna manually sever the connection,
Okay.
but before doing that, look over at Gibbs and say, "Thank you for the medical assistance. Might I now provide some preemptive care?" Mm-hmm. Don't bite that. And then just slice it.
Very nice. No roll necessary. You slice across this, and with that engineering check, you are able to just sever the connection cleanly, and you can hear there is a flicker of power above. For the two of you, as you are above and the doors open, there is music and such, but then that just dies down. And it is very quiet all of a sudden. You can just hear from up above in the middle of the space, Henry, who is about to start talking, just goes... As he's like just breathing and just start talking, and it suddenly just echoes in there.
And then stops and goes,
You can see like it definitely startles him, but then
One of the girls
power
goes, "Ew."
just goes out, and the lights go down, and there is suddenly just the hum and very dim red emergency lighting now floods the space. It is dim light for the interior. On the exterior, suddenly there is a quietness that takes the space, and you have severed power to this general grid.
I suggest we move quickly.
Well, now we have to climb up the shaft.
Well, I have my jetpack. I can.
Nice.
I can climb.
Up, up,
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Hold on. You're just doing these motions, and I can't grab you because you just keep doing.
You just grab my hips.
Echo started climbing up the shaft.
Okay. For you, no problem. You can like run up the shaft. What is your climbing speed now?
40.
40? Okay. So make an athletics check.
28.
28 with a 28. Easy enough for you. With 40, you do have to pause and start again quite a few times, probably 6 or 7, but you're able to do it. And moving full speed, actually, probably only like 4 times you need to do that. But you're able to pause, stop, kind of rebuild your momentum, take a breath, and then rapidly move back up again. And whole sections go by in a whiz, and you can kind of smell as you go up the air getting a little bit cleaner and a little bit more exchange recently. There is very little light until you get right near the top, and there's just a thin seam of red that you can see from above. You can hear voices and shouting. You hear the rev of like a motorcycle engine. There is a bunch of things that are happening. You can hear there is a relatively quiet manual alarm that is going off that sounds like a air horn almost. But any larger sort of alarm seems to have been killed with the power. You pause there. There is this kind of mechanical door that would normally open to allow the elevator to surface up and would emerge almost like a half hexagon, but there is no electricity. So what are you doing? And are you able to just stop moving?
Are you asking me if I am able to stop?
Yeah.
I mean, I would just be hanging there, yes?
Okay, yeah, you can just hang there.
I think Echo would maybe, like, is Bubs, like, right there with jetpack?
I think how we'd probably do it is we'd let you go up first because you're the sneaky person.
And we're loud.
And we're a bit loud. Though there is a lot of noise already, so...
So Echo, you're hanging there, you look down, and you really don't see very much of anything.
Does Echo have a light?
The two of you very
we all have
dimly,
lights
like
on our
looking up
suits.
and up and up, you can
Echo
just see...
flashes the light on the suit to kind of signal them to maybe if they see the light flashing, they'll be like, ah!
So you see very, very distant, almost impossible to see the blue lights of Echo's eyes, and then you can see a brighter light suddenly flash, and then flash, and then flash.
Okay, I think that's the signal. Are you okay back there?
I'm great, and I'm just on backpack mode. Well, I make sure my feet and my tails are out of the exhaust.
My jetpacks are on my...
Yeah, whatever.
elbows
I
and
don't
my-
want fry.
You won't get fried. That's just really
I only want fry when I chew on wires.
Bubs, can you make a stealth check?
It's only okay if I do it.
Right. I need my fur.
Nice.
That's a 16 plus 9, so 27.
27, okay, pretty good. As you rocket up, you try to time it in time with this air horn that you distantly hear, and as best as you can, you avoid putting in an extreme amount of noise up and into this echoing shaft. It's still a rocket pack, still, going
Yeah,
up
but
the
it's
space.
an elevator. They make noises.
Yeah, no, it is. There is no power, and so you imagine that would draw some suspicion in and of itself, but you feel as if you do as quiet as you can with a rocket pack up an elevator. With that said, you are all now kind of clustered around the top. There's this thin seam of a door.
Echo makes a gesture to Bubs to, like, open the door.
No. Oh, okay. And Bubs will try to. Can he open it physically, or does he have to punch through? Because I want to put my hands.
Make
to
an
it
athletics
and
check.
see
You
if I
can try to just wrench it
basically-
open.
Yeah,
I was really worried you were just going to
Top
slam
to-
that in the face. I saw it happen in slow motion.
Athletics check.
Athletics.
That's an 8 plus a 6, so a 15.
believe a six
You
right
reach
now.
your fingers into this. I know, I'm always surprised by this.
Yeah, I know. I only have 4
wrench it
skill
open,
points,
and
so it's
even
like-
though you are strong enough to open it, you can feel it begin to move and like twist. You are unable to wrench it open. The power that usually moves this makes it almost impossible to open without the power.
Echo sees him struggling and provides assistance.
Ion tape. Gibbs provides ion tape.
Wow, that is coming clutch so much.
Ion tape seems like it may work the opposite of what you would want it
It's
to do.
exposed to
gonna
electrical
seal it.
charge. Oh.
Fuck! I was like, we've done doors and ion tape before.
You know what? Shade Spice gotta stay. Seal off the exits. How are you assisting?
Echo's gonna, like, kind of prop themselves up and, like, try and, like, get an arm in and, like, help wedge the door open a bit.
Make an athletics check. And you're taking a -2 conditional modifier from Bub's check.
Okay, so that's 20. 24.
24.
No, wait. Yes,
That-
24.
24 is high enough? Yeah! So as you wedge your hands in, you kind of get a leg over the support ledge that you're holding onto. You put your hands in, and Bubbles has made it a little bit slicker. The like skin lotion or whatever kind of like hand sanitizer that they use has like a little bit of a gelatinous quality, and your hands skid just a little bit, but you are still able to wedge your fingers in and then very quickly use almost like a martial arts kind of move to just wedge a little bit open. Bubbles is able to get their arm in and really put some more muscle into it, and together you're able to open this door. There is kind of chaos happening on the outside. And so immediately as you look out in front of you, you can see a table. There is a number of...
Are we right there?
Huh? No. So you are actually coming out about where Dan is sitting. So
Okay.
in the back, behind the structure, you can see directly in front of you, there is a greenhouse. There is a, you can see like the concrete structure and you're basically seeing the rear windows that are behind those, that are behind those metal pillars. So you can see like with the red emergency lights, it's like ghosts kind of moving around on the bottom, moving around on the top. You definitely see the silhouette of Henry Kent up on the top, like matches the silhouette very cleanly of the space.
Good.
Further back, probably about 40 feet back.
Back here.
So this is where the generator was, so that's where we're coming up?
Correct. So you're coming up almost directly near the generator. And you can see there is a table in front of you, off and to the right, almost directly in front of the elevator, and currently the 3 people that were seated around it are turned away. They had been playing a card game of some kind. You can see in the glow of an LED lantern that there are cards strewn about on the table. You can see that they're all 3 kind of looking off and in the direction that you would need to go to get around to the foyer side. If you were to go around towards the greenhouse, you can see and hear that is where there is the of like a motorcycle engine. You can hear there is some kind of a sort of broadcast loudspeaker that sort of murmurs something to somebody. There is something happening over there as well. But you could either go to, well, I'll say Bubbles, Echo, and Gibbs. Make perception checks.
And he's just wearing on his 21.
27.
21!
Very nice. With 21s, the 2 of you, as you make your way out and you rocket pack up as a backpack, and Echo, you are able to get your arm through and make your way out, even as Bubbles opens the rest of the way. You can see everything that I just described. You can also see that there is, along the greenhouse, these panes of this kind of stylized green glass that you could remove and enter into. You could also just break and go straight into. There are what look like kind of strange alien plants along the other side. And then Bubbles. You can see very sort of like narrow. There is a space that opens up to what looks like maybe a very, very thin, almost disguised service door. Can I see the blueprints real quick? So in the back of the foyer right here, where there is like this connection in the back to the greenhouse, what looks like maybe bathrooms, there is a door that seems to go into that sort of hallway. What would be that rear hallway nearest you? No. So what is like that metal tube? Where's my little thing? Yeah, right there. And so you could probably enter from there should you get through that door.
And this
You
is
would
an
imagine.
access port with like a vent or something? Is this like a vent?
It's like
a hallway.
It's a hallway, yeah. So
Okay.
those are actually just 5 feet wide hallways.
But
They're-
how we're coming out to get to the hallway is a vent,
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Like it looks like it is large enough that it could be walked through. It's not designed to be regularly accessed, but like if somebody needed to run something burning out into like outdoors, it's like an emergency exit.
Guys, I think I see a service entry. Why don't you guys follow me? I'll lead the way.
Wait. For cuttlefish. Echo broadcasts via their weird Bluetoothy thing to... 1 finger. Cuttlefish team. 2 fingers. Rescue team. And kind of waits for the poll to happen.
Rescue team.
Bubbles will provide a distraction. So, you and I shall go loot the cuttlefish.
Well, wouldn't it... I might need you, Gibbs.
I'll come if someone's hurt.
There might not be a chance.
As you are hearing this, you
Yeah,
can
Gibbs,
hear
can you
this
come
kind
with
of
me?
motorcycle rev, and then wheeling into the corner, you can see a little bit more lights coming off and from the direction of the greenhouse. It illuminates across the glass at first, and so you can see before they kind of make their way through an access port off a little bit further in the greenhouse proper, They are, it looks like a person riding a motorcycle and they wear power armor, but as they emerge, you recognize this is somebody who, it's very clean, what looks similar to the Enforcer armor that many of these Carbon Cartel members are wearing, but it links at the bottom to a motorcycle almost in the way that a centaur is mounted on.
No!
And you can see the front wheel kind of comes up right above like where
Is
the
it a
navel
motar?
would be.
No!
It's kind of, yeah, motar is the way of putting it. But you can see they have like two just gauntleted hands that are open. They have these kind of carbon-looking claws attached to them. You can see on the shoulders there are these kind of compartments that look like they can open up. And they sort of peer in one direction, they peer in the other direction. And you can see they wheel up a little bit and then they turn around. You can see one of the plants and falls over and they kind of like peel off in the other direction. But they're definitely looking for people. And so staying here for a long time, not super safe.
Okay.
Also, as all of this is happening, the doors to the foyer open up, the power goes out, you can hear that kind of snort in the darkness. You can hear also this, the voice of Hardcore Henry. They turn, they look towards this individual with the blonde hair. And, one second here, pull up all their names.
Before we do go, Bubs would like to say to Gibbs, Gibbs, you gotta come with me. Look, you care about spice, don't you?
Yes, I'll come. Fine. You got it. I believe in you.
I believe in you.
Echo, there's no bardic inspiration in this game, but Echo feels it.
Yeah, Gibbs is like as close to kissing you as she can.
Hendrix, something's going on. Check out the generator. And you can see this guy with the blonde hair nods and just goes, yeah, right away, boss. And he runs. You can see that guy right there. Yep.
Nice.
He's going to go down this elevator, and him and the Vesk that are kind of at the bottom, when the elevator opens up, are going to head in the direction of that back sort of tunnel.
This one?
Yeah.
Ooh, can we?
So this guy's going this way.
Yeah, you can put them right there. That's perfectly fine for now.
These guys.
No, they stay right there. You can see they avert their eyes. They're drinking. They don't seem to be super thrilled to be there. The Vesk levels their weapon at Spice, and in the darkness, you can hear Henry's voice again. And he says, you know, this is really disappointing. I had a whole thing lined up for all of you, but I mean to be made tonight. And Spice, you're my ticket. There is suddenly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little laser pointers that are all lined up on you, Spice. And you can hear in the dark, any last words?
She like brings her hands up and she goes, "Someplace you've got here. Let's talk." Do you know that scene that Faye does in Cowboy Bebop?
Make a
That's
diplomacy
literally
check.
what I'm imagining.
Take a -8 conditional modifier.
Okay.
There's so many dice in that tray. What are you doing?
Dance
5
style.
12. 5 plus 12 is
17.
17 plus diplomacy. Oh, Jesus.
That's not bad.
17 plus 16. 35. 35.
35.
Wait. 5 plus 7.
33.
33.
33.
33.
33 is a little low, unfortunately.
Oh.
Oh, wait, and then -8 or whatever. Yeah.
It's a lot low, then. You say this, you are handcuffed. You know that you possess, or at least are the subject of several talismans, and that you are worth a lot of money. And something about what they said to you, in your kind of vast experience of cultures, it sounds like something that's meaningful, probably in the perspective of him taking your life. And so as the lasers kind of all line up,
Kill you.
there is not a lot of room for negotiation here. But while this is happening, Bubbles, Echo, Gibbs, what are you all doing?
Same thing.
Echo is going to stealthily and speedily sneak towards the garage
Okay.
to look for cuttlefish.
Okay.
Can Gibbs?
Make a stealth check. Can Gibbs?
So these guys are going to the shaft we're standing kind of near.
Sure.
Can I wait for them and trip
They're
them down and
going
stay
down
up?
Oh no, they're not going to the shaft that you're
They're
near.
going
There was a
down the
person who
hallway.
came up, they looked, they didn't see anything, they went back. The other group, they're standing maybe 90 feet off from where you are. They're all looking away from you. And even as one of them turns, and they rolled a total of 8 on their perception with a natural 1, you can hear one of them kind of slap the other ones, and they just say, "No, hey, don't look away. We're supposed to keep a guard." And they all just kind of look, and they are not turning away from what would be the approach from like the bridge or anything like that. But
They're
are
just staring into a wall.
they're like markedly not looking in your direction. You feel like you're safe from there. The other direction, not so much.
Wait, so these guys who are checking out the generator are not going to a path through the elevator shaft that we came up?
You don't know.
Oh, okay. They haven't gotten there yet? Okay.
No. So like they're here right now as these people are about to execute Spice. They've only gotten to about there.
Here.
You want to run? Let's go. All right.
Wait, no. Hold on. Echo, you going?
Echo's gone.
And go. Okay, grenades through the windows.
Oh my god.
Okay. So
Wait,
We're
can I
too
stop her?
distraction.
Wait, why? Yeah,
Team
let her
distraction.
go.
Like, we're literally seeing, because this is all windows. We can hear Kent
So-
talking about Spice. I'm gonna throw some grenades through the windows
this is
here, right?
phenomenal. No, I love
I don't
this.
think
So, oh boy.
Always resort to
used all the
violence.
grenades.
Never talk.
I know
So I'm
you
trying
tried
to
to
think
talk.
about how
I
these
did,
maps
right,
might
and it
line
fell.
up here, but I think it might work out. So if the two of you, if Bubbles and Gibbs, if the two of you come up towards the back
Yeah.
and you come right up to those windows and you want to throw those grenades in,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think that makes a lot of sense. So
Okay.
the way that this is going to work, we'll have Echo go on initiative order 20 because Echo is kind of off doing another thing.
Yeah.
Everybody else can go ahead and roll for initiative. Gibbs, you are going to get a surprise round of throwing grenades in. And depending on how many you throw, the distribution will become.
Oh, that was a low
later.
number.
I got a high number,
Okay.
which is good because then.
Change the music.
Cool. I got a surprise round. So now I gotta figure out how grenades fucking work.
For Shade and for Spice, the two of you are
You gotta be
restrained.
proficient in them.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah.
So like step 1 failed, but
Yeah, this is.
whatever. It's
Doesn't
great.
matter to me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter,
I
it's
can't
just-
use
it's a
any of my weapons
distraction.
fucking anyway.
It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to kill anybody. It just has to destroy a building.
It's a bonus if it kills somebody.
Which one's better, frag or shrapnel?
Better. Don't you want the worst one if it's just a distraction?
Well, frag explodes. What does shrapnel do?
It also explodes. Surprisingly. Spice got a 9.
Yeah, give me 1 second here. There's a lot of things on the board.
What level is the shrapnel grenade?
Okay.
I think it's like 1 or 2. Alright, it's low.
That's fine.
All right. So, anybody natural 20? Anybody 30 to 25? Ooh, okay. 25 to 20.
20.
20 for Gibbs, 24 for Shade. All right. Anybody 20 to 15? Ooh, 15 to 10.
18.
18. Okay, that is not in that range, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry.
10 to 5.
Spice is at 9.
Spice is 9. Okay. Rough. Echo, you are at 20. One of you go after Gibbs.
I go after Gibbs?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so the way that this works out, we are starting off with the Kasatha, who is up on the top. And let me go ahead and pull the top back down. Then is Shade, then Gibbs, then Echo, then Henry themselves, then Bubbles, then this vest off in the corner, then Spice, and then everybody else is going at initiative order 0. That includes all patrons and all minor henchmen members. So, first we are starting off with this Kasatha.
Grenades.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
window?
Grenades. Gibbs, you begin all of this by running up to the corner, and you can see through this darkness, there is like 5 tiny points of light in the distance. That is all that you can really see. You can see there is like shadows and things like that cast in the pale red illumination. But what are you?
Yeah, we
throwing
heard
these-
Henry Kent's speech.
No, probably not.
Oh.
I like to say I'm behind Gibbs.
Okay,
Very
that's a good
prominently
idea.
behind.
There's like a window?
Yeah, it's like one big pane of glass. It's not designed to be open.
Oh.
So you'd be chucking this through.
So I'm smash my head into the window to like crack it to like pre-do this, right?
Yes.
And
Make-
then throw the grenade.
Athletics check.
That that should kind of sail.
Yeah, this is why.
Gibbs, you
I knew
slam your little
Yeah, I knew this
Yosoki
was
head into the
At a
glass,
time,
and
it
this
was.
plate glass just breaks. It doesn't shatter in the way that like automotive glass would.
Yeah.
It breaks into huge slicing pains. And as they fall and slice away, you feel the weight of one of them as it pulls back, just slice across your head. You take a pretty good amount of damage.
I'll take
from
it.
that.
I'll take it.
Let's do it.
You take 25 points of slashing damage as this just, and you can feel the skin split, the first split as it opens up, and there is a couple seconds that go by before there is a rush of blood that goes down your face. But it is such a clean cut, and then the glass shatters, and there is just an opening within. You can see there is 2 hunchmen behind this bar that are turning to look at you. There is a woman who is wearing a spacesuit holding a drink, who is kind of looking at the ground. You can see the sports thing, you can see all of this, and then the laser lights you can just barely see are all trained on Spice.
Yeah. Okay. Tiny little Yosoki arms not gonna be able to throw super far. Nor am I very good at this. So I'm gonna just pull the pin, and I just want to like try and like angle it down this tube and let that funnel this grenade.
Okay.
Right? Because like I'm sitting underneath this blue guy kind
Yeah.
of. So that's like I want to get it like here-ish if I
Okay,
can. So
sure.
I'm really not throwing it too far.
Make your ranged attack roll.
Okay, but I'm not proficient in it. So do I subtract
I
anything?
thought
No.
we were in this.
I broke the plane of glass that's right here.
Yeah,
behind
so
the
there is a
lockers.
doorway over there, but Gibbs said no, the window
Yeah.
is fine.
Yeah. How do I do this?
So just make a ranged weapon attack. You're not proficient, so all you're doing is just adding a dexterity modifier, if any.
11? And I'm using the frag grenade.
Okay, roll a d10.
1.
Nice. Okay.
Boo!
Guys, I'm killing it.
Throw this grenade,
Boo!
and it rolls. It hits the sort of top of this bar and then bounces almost directly back. It rolls about 5 feet away from where you are. It's the wall and then the grenade and then you. And so it detonates almost directly at your feet. You do get the cover of half cover from the sort of remainder of the wall in front of the glass. But as the blood kind of gets in your eyes, you wipe it away and you see the grenade is just ricocheted right back. It explodes.
Yeah.
So what are the effects of the grenade?
So
You and Bubbles are both within range of it. You
I
can
was,
also
I was
pull-
directly behind.
Yeah.
I remember it said I was behind and
pull-
far away because I
Pull
knew
that-
this was gonna go bad.
pull that bar
what is a
off.
good distraction?
Yeah.
It was.
It's such a good distraction because you hear it tiny
That
music.
shatters, the kind of floor shatters out around it, and you can now easily just walk in and out of that space. Yeah.
Okay, it's a Mark 1 frag grenade.
Okay.
I think 6. Oh, great, max damage. 6 piercing for 15 feet of shrapnel.
Nice. So, Bubbles, you are far enough
think
away
0
that it just into the actual bubble, and you don't take any damage. But Gibbs, you do take that damage directly into your body as you try to dive away, but are relatively unsuccessful. You can see even the henchmen who are very close by, not affected by this, as they just take cover in the corner. But anything else, Gibbs? That's your surprise round? Phenomenal. That brings us to the top of the order, and to Sly Grin. So this individual, you can see, already has 4 of these kind of dots traced on you, Spice.
Yep.
So you're taking 3 different attacks from them.
Alright, say goodbye to Spice. Those literally were her last words.
You
Wanna talk?
fire.
Let's-
The first one is only going to be a 21 to hit.
I don't know.
EAC.
EAC hits.
So this is a just ribbon of ice that streaks out, and it hits you almost like a X-Acto knife blade. You are only taking from that 17 points of cold damage.
Okay, only.
The second one barks as it fires a semi-automatic pistol. That is only going to be a 20 even to hit.
Pizza.
EAC or KOC?
This is KAC.
Oh, you missed it by 1.
Ooh, so they fire. The bullet ricochets off a shoulder pad. And then the third attack, you can see a similar pistol to one that you've seen before. This is also a 20, but this is against your EAC.
EAC meets a pizza.
Beats it. So this, as it fires, you can see it is through a lens, and it directs a burst of burning energy that does deal 18 points of fire damage
Right.
as it focuses for a moment and just traces across your arm. That little laser point just becomes burning hot and then streaks across.
I think everybody who sees Spice. Oh wait, no, she's got her hands like this. You watch Spice as that those 2 hits just like bring her to her knees.
And you can see the pistol that shot that cold damage, they immediately just drop it with one hand, and the 4th hand emerges, and they pull another weapon out. And you can see it seems like in this poncho that they wear, they have like multiple pistols that they can pull out with these 4 arms.
Yeah.
But that is the Kasatha. They will actually move to the other end of that platform over there.
Can you guys move purple guy to the other end of that platform?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. And he just kind of has all those pistols still pointed at you, Spice. But that brings us to Shade and then Gibbs. So Shade, you are restrained. You have these cuffs on in front of you.
I'm gonna move action jump jets to over here.
Okay.
And then I am now within range of Hardcore Henry.
That will provoke 1 attack of opportunity.
That's fine.
Okay. So they're going to reach out and try to grab you, this henchman, as they do. And as they do, they reach out and you get the boots and you ignite them almost directly in their face as they roll a natural 1.
Nice.
And
Nice.
you can hear through this execution armor the as it's like mechanically altered, but they shy away from this and you just rock it away, no problem.
And then I'm gonna use my exocortex to hack into some of Hardcore Henry's cybernetics.
Yeah.
Okay, love that.
So let's see. I think it's. Let me just double check. I think it's I'm making a computer's check. The DC is 15 plus 1.5 his CR.
15 plus 1.5 his CR. Okay.
And then I get to choose which cybernetics I'm affecting. That's cocked. Would have been nice if it wasn't. Still pretty nice. All right. That is a 38.
That is a success.
Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and let me just see which one I want to fuck his day with. I'm thinking, probably the -2 to attack rolls. I'm gonna target his cybernetic arms.
Okay, you target the arms. There is some element to the bones themselves within the forearms that seem cybernetically enhanced. And for just a moment, you can see along the forearms these little ridges protrude and open up, and you have done some damage to those.
So he has a -2 penalty to attack rolls for 1 round for every mechanic level I have. So for 10 rounds, he has a -2.
Very
There's a
nice.
ring. Let's put a ring on that.
Unless he goes outside of my 100-foot range.
Is it a status effect or just like a mechanic thing?
It's one of my mechanic tricks.
Physical effect.
There you go. Anything else, Shade?
That's my move action and my computer, my exocortex action. I'm going to use my regular action to try to break the manacles.
Make a. So, how are you breaking them?
So using what I had done before to give myself a little more room, can I like take one of my canonically in Thingy's engineering kit tools to try and pick the locks?
Yeah, I'll say you can do that. Go ahead and make an engineering check.
Canonically in fingies. You've got special eyes, you've got a special nose, you've got special fingies.
37.
A
37.
With a 37, easy enough. These are not your everyday handcuffs. They're not super advanced, like military grade either. And so you're able to pop these no problem. You are able to destroy the lock and just kind of pop the manacle part open. Both hands free, no problem.
That's it for me, because
All right.
that's all I can do.
That is your turn, Shade. That brings us to Gibbs. Echo, you're on deck. Gibbs, your ears ring with the
Yeah.
echo of this grenade, but in front of you, the door and the wall, or sorry, the windows and the walls have been destroyed.
Yeah, feeling sad and not like myself because I don't have pockets full of junk. Because that is how the magic works. Gibbs is gonna just somersault through whatever is left of the wall in front of her.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Barrel roll into this place.
Yeah.
And then I think I want to cast. So these folks, quick glance, are these civilians or some of these are like they're all evil?
Quick glance, it's hard to tell.
Fuck.
Gotta culture check that on your full action.
It'd be like a sense motive check.
Okay.
diplomacy. You want to be a civilian?
Yeah. You want to get out of here?
Can I think I can get 4 people here. I want to cast Cosmic Eddy.
Okay.
So Gibbs kind of like gets frustrated. She's like, "Fuck the grenade," and instead just pulls out from like the just like the whirl around her of the like smoke and glass, and instead just like whirls that into like a magical grenade that she then lobs from her spot on top of this staircase.
Okay.
And that creates a 20-foot area radius spread. I pull mystical energy, and basically I make a storm right there of
Okay.
like forest bullshit.
Yeah. And on their turn, it does stuff, right?
They need to make a reflex saving throw.
Right now?
Correct.
Okay. So
And
first,
my DC for a 4th level spell
the
is
2 guys in the hallway. What kind of save? One's a natural 20.
reflex, please.
The other one is going to be a 18.
My DC's 9. Or sorry, my DC is 20.
Hey, so one fails, one
Oh.
succeeds. The vest succeeds, the blonde guy fails.
Okay.
The person who is standing right there with the drink and wearing the D suit, they only roll a 10, so they fail.
And then this
And then the
blue
little
guy.
Yosoki, they roll better, a 13, and they fail.
Okay.
And so they are just, as you walk through, you sweep your small Yosoki palm up, you grab the glass and the concrete, and it's like the dust congeals around your hands, and you lob that out to make an explosion of construction debris.
Cool. So they are the people who fail are knocked prone
Yeah.
and are creatures in the area are knocked prone and are reduced to half speed while the spell is in effect. And they're gonna take some damage.
Yeah, fantastic.
So 4d6. Okay. Oh wow. So 20 damage. Those who saved, which is only the Vesk in the hallway, he's gonna take half of that. So he's gonna take 10 damage.
Okay, so on 10, you can see both the woman and that Yosoki just shredded by debris. There is a brief shriek from the Yosoki as they are just knocked over the couch and unconscious, but that damage just tears through 2 of them. You can see the person who got knocked down by the Vesk still kind of crawling to join the other one as they continue down that hallway, but 2 of those people certainly down.
Cool. And there's a little sliver of a pathway I can leave for Bubs to.
Certainly is, right by the lockers. So anything else, Gibbs?
No, I'm good.
Echo, out in the distant deck, you can rush around to the edge of where this kind of garage is. If you kind of make your way towards the nearest sort of short end that goes towards where you would know the exit to be, there is a door. There is an electronic lock on that door. What are you doing to get inside?
Well, you had me roll a stealth check earlier. It was a 36.
Yep.
So it's an electronic lock. I assume it's not engaged currently.
Currently not. And so right now, the normal way to open this doesn't seem to exist. This seems to be something that really relies on electronics to open.
Gotcha. Windows?
As you
any
look
other
around,
methods
you
of
can see this is a towering hangar structure, but about 20 feet up, there are black spray painted over windows. Okay, you climb up.
Climb speed.
Are you just gonna break through?
Do they open in any way?
They don't seem to, no.
Fuck.
They're set into the glass, or into the steel.
Echo's gonna use their full action to drop back down and whiz around the building,
Okay.
just to kind of see if there's another entrance.
Okay. So you drop back down and you whiz around, and as you get to the front part of the building, there is no front. It connects to the exterior of the ship and then kind of out into space.
Okay.
So there is no way to kind of go around that way. You can kind of rush back around, and you can go further and further and further. There's a similar entrance on the opposite side. This entrance seems to have the same kind of locking mechanism. It's designed to kind of pass on both sides through. There is windows above on either side, but there is no immediately obvious easier way to get in.
Okay. Well, that's their full action to do all that running.
Okay.
So.
You've done some running. With your stealth check on top of that running, you are able to go by this group of buffoons, the 3 people who are kind of all looking off. You can see one of them kind of slowly is inching back towards the card table. You can see both hands behind their back as if to try to grab things. But at the moment, you are unseen by the garage. That is your turn, Echo. That brings us to Henry. So, Henry up top in the darkness, you can see a small glow coming from their eyes. It is not enough to be flashlights, but perhaps some other spectrum of vision that is kind of spreading out. They are going to. You just tried to hack them a little bit there, Shade.
I did hack them.
You did. So they are going to rush forwards towards you, going down that ramp, and they're going to get on top of that crate. So they are sitting just adjoining you right there. They're standing on the upper platform, looking down at you, maybe like 3 feet below on this crate. And they pull their hand back, and from their back, they pull out this blazing sword that is made of red plasma. And they look at you, and they say,
It's too hot in here.
Bubs.
Bubs.
Just like Bubs. Just like Bubs.
they look at you, and they say,
I hadn't had one in a while.
nothing personal, you're just in the way. And they slice across with this blade 3 times.
Oh.
The first time is going to be a... Ooh, you okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. A 36 to hit,
Yep, that's good. He's taking a -2, but it doesn't matter. But
34 to hit.
doesn't matter.
Second
but,
one is going to be a 3 to
Yeah,
hit.
yeah.
Okay. So the first one, as they slash across...
Wait, what about the third?
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry.
Keeping the honest, at
That's a
least.
natural 20. So sorry about that. So from the
Man, I
first
should've
one...
kept my fat mouth shut.
Okay,
Well,
so
I think TPKs are
from
in
the
order.
first, you are taking 31 points of energy damage, or energy and fire damage. From the second one, you are only taking 36 points of energy and fire damage. So not only is max.
Only.
And then it's max. And then from the critical hit,
I'm down. No, I'm not going to be down, but I'm
you take 40 points of
40!
energy and fire damage.
and
1
and
second here.
I'm irradiated
fire,
or some
yeah.
shit.
I almost never get criticals, so I always forget to look up their effects. Okay. Shade, as this slices into you, can you roll a d20 for me, please?
No.
4.
4. This slashes straight across your chest as you rocket up and you burst your hands free. It leaves this wide open and it cuts through the biological components, through the mechanisms. And as it does, there is a gout of actual biological blood that just spurts forwards. You have the bleed effect as you have this severe wound in your chest. You are bleeding 1d6 at the start of each of your turns. This every
Wait
time-
a second, I have something for this.
Okay.
Dermal staplers.
No.
Do you have analgesics?
I have
Analgesics.
analgesic
Analgesics.
and
Oh, did you give him your anal Jesus?
I feel like everyone's got
I have
one.
no,
for me.
it's like included in my
Everybody gets analgesis.
whatchamacallit.
Anal
In
Jesus
my-
is
it's one of my-
included
Okay,
in
you let me know. At the
Android
moment,
programming.
you have 1d6 bleed.
Okay.
But that is their 3 attacks. They are then... You can see they flex their arm at the end of that, and all along the arm there is this little ridges that kind of pulse, but they grind and they twist, and they don't seem to be able to use them for the attack that they would want, as the cybernetics are currently affected. But that is all that Hardcore Henry can do. That brings us to Bubbles.
Yeah. Bubbles is going to move here.
Okay?
I'm going to be in the sky.
Okay.
So is it going to affect the...
No,
this
it's only on one plane. So
Okay.
I imagine it's only like 6 feet up or 5 feet up or whatever.
Yeah.
He's our guy in the sky.
I'm 5 feet up. I'm going to do a full attack.
Okay.
And my full attack is... And I know you allow me to switch people when I do the full attack. So my first full attack, I'm going to close enough it if it misses.
Okay.
But Spice is like this.
Yep.
So Bubs is going to try to throw... I don't have to use the Dothco. I have like a singing blade disc.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
So
those
I'll-
are so cool.
I'll throw the same
I
blade
forgot about
disc.
those.
Sure.
And I'm aiming right at the point of where her arms are like handcuffed.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
And as I come over, I'm gonna yell, "Babe, I'm here!"
As she's actively getting shot at.
That is a 12 plus. Oh, I have to bring up my combat shit. I'm gonna do this. 12 12 plus full attack is plus 9. Oh wait, no, plus 11. So it is not. What did I say? 12 plus 11 is 21.
21, that is a miss.
Okay, close enough then.
Close enough. How much damage is that?
It will be the minimum. So it's going to be like at minimum 18.
So that's how much damage it does?
At minimum.
So 18 damage, it cracks. The singing disc sings across the field. It slams into this, and if it only does 18 damage, it does damage these manacles.
Plus the singing disc damage.
Which is?
1 second. Here. 3.
And are you currently doing your frenzied currently?
Yeah, my raffle where I'm gonna turn it on. So it's plus a d4, plus 4, plus 3d6, so just 3.
Okay.
So 7 more additional damage.
So with the 7 additional damage, the singing disc bounces off the manacles. You can see for just a second the crack spreads, and then as the echo from that singing, like sort of hum reverberates through, the final bit of metal cracks. And you're still wearing the manacles, but they are broken, and you are no longer considered.
So that I feel like that happens. So it breaks, and then she braces her fall. Like, well, I guess she hasn't fully fallen yet. But
yeah, sure. You're
broken.
going to break it with your elbows. Best way to break your fall.
Yeah.
Anything else, Bubbles? You had one more.
Yeah, plus 4. Oh, it'd be also plus 4 because an ally got hit. Sorry, I have to do this.
No worries.
Second attack. I gotta write down the -1 for the SP too. That's a 5, close enough.
Okay, with close enough, who are you throwing this at? What are you throwing this at?
I'm gonna throw my Dovco. I'm gonna throw it at Henry Kent.
At Henry Kent. Okay, what was that roll?
It will be
Close enough.
It was close enough, right? Yeah, so how much damage?
So it is.
I want close enough. Close enough is so cool.
Dovco is
I'm gonna
2d12
triple blast.
plus 17, so it's 17 plus 2 is 19, plus Frenzy is 23. She was Shade hit by
Shade was hit by
Henry.
Henry.
So 23 plus 4 is 27.
Yeah.
And then I'm not wearing twin weapons, so just whatever I just said.
27.
27.
No, 27.
You swing, and as you
I don't
do,
have the
this is the Dovco?
Yes.
So the Dovco flies through the air. You can see Henry Kent easily navigates out of it. You can see the vest easily navigates out of the way, and it slams into the back wall, and it shatters this neon sign. You could see it was like a cowboy that was giving the middle finger, and the neon element would just like flip up, flip down. But this just shatters it, and the glass and the neon spray out across Henry's back. That deals the damage that you get with close enough. But anything else, Bubbles?
That's it.
All right, you free Spice. You deal a little damage to Henry Kent. That is your turn. That brings us to this Vesk.
My auto CPR unit is the thing. So when I get the bleed effect, my computer interface can activate auto CPR to attempt a first aid check.
Okay.
When I get the bleed.
Make that check.
That's gonna be because it's my exocortex's check. So that's 33.
A 33. Give me 1 second here. With a 33, that is a success. You do not get the bleed effect. Suddenly, there is this beep that you can hear deep within your chest, and there are these automatic clamps that just clamp down on different arteries and stem the flow of bleeding. Very nice. But that brings us to the Vesk. So this Vesk is going to look across the battlefield and kind of seeing Shade almost immediately up in front, and then Spice have the handcuffs broken from the back, is going to look at Henry, look down and go, "Don't worry, boss, I got this one." And they take this Laser Monster card arena card off the desk, and they take their hand back and they strike it, and the card shreds forwards. They grab something.
Oh no.
Oh my god!
Do they have the Brigitte technology?
Yeah, what is the
Seto
Brigitte
Kaiba.
technology?
It's Kaiba Corp.
It's Kaiba.
It's Seto Kaiba. Yugi, I've come to battle you.
You can see
motherfucking
suddenly, right behind you,
Vlad!
Spice, you can see the floor ripples, the tile suddenly glows, and then in its place, there is the little shimmering lights that glow together and form this huge blue frog monster. You can see it stretches, the skin rips open in places, and you can see it is slightly zombified. It is hideous looking, and it roars at you as they summon this creature. Excuse me, that is their action. They are going to then run up the ramp and get to the very top of that sort of platform.
This guy?
Yep.
Fortunately.
Thank you.
Sorry.
And they have another card that they have ready to play, but that is their turn. And that brings us to Spice.
Is that magic?
Yes.
Thank you.
So, I had something cool I was gonna do, but now that Monster Card Arena is on the deck, I'm full change of course. Spice, dying, like fully pulls out her arena deck, slaps up. What do I have? I've got...
You don't have the magic to do that.
I don't care. She pulls up
You mean the
2 yellow-eyed drift dragons. She glares them in the light of whatever the
Emergency lights?
no the emergency lights, but
Oh, the
also
sniper
the
things?
sniper scopes, and then she lays them down on her fucking dual deck,
Okay.
and she goes,
Dies.
You ready to
You can see.
die.
There's like a 6 foot tall, just projected hard light image of this dragon that goes in front of you, and then a second one in the other lane, and they are projected there. It doesn't seem to distract this creature at all,
Okay.
but they're there.
And then she's gonna go, well, that didn't work, and then go prone, and
Okay.
then go under the table.
Make an intimidation check if that's what you're doing for your action.
That was my action. I was gonna do something way cooler, and then I
no,
saw
no.
drift dragon. I saw the arena. Natural 1.
Why
are you trying to kill yourself?
Right through it, and from
The
behind
opportunity
you,
was there.
You feel envious eyes upon this card, and you get the sense that you are even more of a target than you were before.
Ah, fuck.
You roll under the table. You can hear and feel the drip of this hopefully illusionary creature just dripping below and near the table. But that is your turn, Spice. That brings us to everybody else. So the Vesk in the hallway is going to grab onto their compatriot and drag them 15 feet into the hall to get them clear of that storm.
This one?
Yep,
And he's gonna grab his friend.
yep.
Nice.
The Vesk that was knocked down is, or sorry, not the Vesk. The Drow that was knocked down is going to stand up, and they are going to just stand in place there.
That would have been fucking sick though if I summoned two yellow-eyed drift dragons.
But you don't have magic.
Exactly. That makes it kind of tough.
How do I do that?
By
How do I
having
summon
a
it?
different class.
It really? I have to be a technomancer to do
It's
it?
definitely technomancer.
Oh my god, I'm
or
triple
witchworker or something.
multiclassing.
It's
God, no, I think
Motherfuck.
I think your new character is probably just gonna be a technomancer.
Fuck.
Dead.
Yeah, I don't recommend witchworker if you don't want to look at like a bunch of stat blocks.
I don't like that.
Okay.
But if I can
Is this
play
the guy with the gun, Joe? With the table?
Monster Card Arena
This
for
guy is the
real
one
in this
Oh, then he
game,
moved up.
I
Because
would
there was
make,
one guy
I
at
would
the
make
bar
a whole
table who had
character
that.
based off of that.
That's this guy.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 are going to get attacks on, I'm going to say probably on Spice as they run by. They're taking up positions on Bubbles, but they definitely take spot shots at Spice. So Spice,
Yep.
as these come out, there is semi-automatic fire that rings out from around here. You are taking 5 shots.
But I have full cover.
You do.
So what is I don't know what the stats are for full cover. Does
So I
that,
believe you are adding 8 to your AC, but give me just 1 second here.
okay.
Don't want to cheat you out of something.
I can also look it up.
All right, so
Full cover Starfinder.
you have total cover. Not total cover. You have. All right, you have improved cover. So that gives you +8 to AC and +4 to reflex saves.
Okay.
So +8 to this.
Okay.
The first attack is going to be a 27 to hit.
EAC, KAC.
This is KAC.
Miss with my cover.
Nice.
There you go. So the other 2 miss as well from the first 3. The second 2
Was that wall?
also miss as well. So as you are under this table, suddenly there is just a burst of gunfire. The presents all along the top shatter. Alcohol drips down. You are coated in rum and sticky shards of glass. Bullets go all around you, and the ceramic tiles explode. But you are safe. The table, if you could pull the table and the gifts off the map, you have lost your cover as it is just ripped apart as 5 semi-automatic rifles tear through it.
Can't withstand that.
No, that's not Pottery Barn. But that is all of the
That hurts my
henchmen.
soul as an interior designer.
The individual who is being dragged away can't do anything. That is everybody's turn and brings us to the top of the round. That brings us to the Kasatha. I just knocked a shadow down. That brings us to the Kasatha. So from up here, they have all these guns trained on Spice. Spice rolls into the table. There's an explosion of fire. They lose track of their primary target, but they're going to swing over to Bubbles, who is flying across their field of view. Bubbles, they're going to take 3 attacks against you.
Okay.
The first one,
Did they move it?
Oh, I had to have my 10 HP.
they did not. The first one is going to be a 25 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. The second one is going to be 31 to hit.
That hits.
And the next one is also a 25 to hit. So only one hits.
Okay.
That is the semi-auto pistol as it barks out.
And that's piercing.
I believe so. Give me
Yeah,
one
bullets are
second.
piercing.
11, 12. That is maybe 22 points of piercing damage.
22 minus 10 is 12.
12. So you take 12. You can see the bullet slows down. It glows white hot as your shield interacts with it, but it then burns into you, albeit at a slower pace. But that is the 3 attacks that they can do. As a swift action, they are going to drop the semi-automatic pistol and reach in with their other hand, and now only 2 hands are visible. That is all that they are going to do. Shade, what would you like to do? Gibbs, you're on deck.
Okay, this changes things a bit now. I think Exocortex. I'm going to. I think I want to try to amplified glitch him.
Okay.
It's a successful computers check. DC is 15 plus 1 per target, plus 1.5 the CR of the highest CR target. I am only going after Hardcore Henry for this one.
Okay.
And this all targets are shaken for 1 round plus 1 additional round for every 5 by which.
So 1.5 plus.
1.5 plus 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need this.
How's I believe it's a 31, but let me just check. Yeah, 31.
That is not a success, unfortunately.
Dang. Okay, then I'm just going to. He's within range of me still, right? He's still standing up on the thing.
Yeah, amplified glitch. What is that? A computer's check?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a Exocortex computers check.
So as a reaction, he is going to look at you and sneer a little bit, and he's going to say, "You really care, huh? Interesting." And he is going to activate his. Just had to give me 1 second here. Teleportation unit.
Oh, wow.
What the fuck?
Is that a provoke
From an
attack on top of
Exocortex?
What?
And he is going to reappear.
This is as his reaction.
Oh my god, this is literally. This is. They're laying me down in my coffin right now.
Disappears, and as there's the explosion of the table just all around him, Henry just reappears. He looks over and is still making eye contact with you, but you can see the sword now raised up as if to throw it towards Spice.
It's my turn still, though, right? Okay, cool. Move action. I'm gonna jump jets back over to where he is reappeared.
All right.
Quick action. I'm bringing out my blade, and I'm gonna slash at him.
All right. You can see he twists his arm. You imagine there is a reaction he may have had to this had he not just used it for the teleportation.
That's a. Let's see with my. That's a 37 to hit. Sorry, 27 to hit.
27 to hit.
KAC.
That is a miss, unfortunately. As you swing, it cracks right into the skin, but you can see it just bounces straight off, and you get the sense that they're wearing perhaps a plexiglass bodysuit of some kind. But anything else, Shade?
That's my action, my move action, my exocortex, and my quick action. That's everything.
Okay, you swing down. They're able to just parry the blade. But that is your turn. That brings us to Gibbs. Echo, you are on deck, and then Henry goes.
Alright, Gibbs is gonna lifelink with Spice to heal her 10. Just to
10 hit points or stamina points?
always hit points.
Okay.
And then
What you doing, Gibbs?
I'm just gonna get closer. And I'll skirt around my own magic eddy to do this. I'll go there.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast a spell, and it affects 3 targets. No two of which can be more than 30 feet apart. So, I guess I'll do this one.
Okay.
And these 2 guys.
Okay.
I guess people closest to Spice. Can they all make a will saving throw,
They
please?
can. So first, Henry is going to be only a 19.
Nice.
The other 2 are going to be an 11 and a 4.
Cool. So everyone fails.
Okay.
And so for the duration of this ability, which is a long time,
Like the minus 2.
So I just like sort of think at them, and this thinking, like I picture a wall in my head, and it kind of like goes out and then just like materializes as like a little like earmuffs on their head.
Okay.
And muffs their ears. I cause the targets of my spell to lose access to their procedural memory, preventing them from using any kind of feat, extraordinary ability, spell-like ability, or supernatural ability that would require an action of any time.
Damn.
At each round, they can attempt another will saving throw to end the effect. Otherwise, it lasts for a long time.
Nice.
Okay. So you
Damn,
concentrate
that's
on
pretty
this.
sweet.
As you do, and you focus in, you can see for a moment you do stagger Henry, who does seem to have some abilities. You stagger these 2 other individuals who seem like just regular folks that were probably in the wrong place at the wrong time, albeit at least minor criminals, but you just completely overwhelm their ability to kind of perceive what is actually happening, and they just kind of lock down in place. You can see they like crouch down. One of them begins to start crying. But Henry certainly seems a little dazed. Anything else?
No, I have a wheel.
Okay.
Okay.
You have that wheel. You hold on to it for when you need it.
Okay.
Eka, what would you like to do? And then Henry is on deck. You have found that there are 2 entrances. Both seem to be kind of locked with this computer that is now inert.
So, when Echo went around the building, were they able to like look out and see beyond the ship, like the entrance of the ship, or is there a wall?
There's a wall.
Okay, so there's no way like past it to go outside.
Correct.
Okay, shit, that was my.
It's similar
idea.
to your kind of landing bay, yeah.
Yeah, all the way to the ceiling, and then like
Correct.
fully enclosed.
Correct.
Cool. Echo is going to climb back up.
Okay.
And you said it's fully inset into the wall.
Correct.
How far away is the other window?
What do you mean?
There's like 2 windows, right?
There's, yeah, all along the wall up above, there are just big windows that kind of run along.
Echo is going to use their psychokinetic hand
Okay.
to toss the shotgun microphone through a window further down.
Okay.
Because they don't really need it because they got echolocators. So they're going to activate their haste circuit, toss the shotgun microphone through the window, breaking it.
Yeah.
But it's farther away from them, and then they're just gonna like wait and listen for sound.
You shatter the window, throwing the shotgun microphone in. They're big windows, easy to throw, easy to break. This is not bulletproof glass by any means, it's just been spray painted over. As it falls away and kind of tinkles around, you hear that magnified first of the shattering glass, and then you hear the as it kind of scrapes along the concrete, and it echoes. It echoes loudly in a way that makes you feel as if the space beyond. Go ahead and make a perception check.
One would think I would have my perception memorized by now. That's a 32.
The space beyond is full of air and very little else. You get the sense of maybe some maintenance equipment and things like that. You do get the sense that there is maybe one craft at the center, but it doesn't seem, you expect there to be like the almost deadening of sound that comes around really like stealth and acoustically sealed ships. It sounds much more like it's coming off the sides of like a freighter or shuttle, but you don't hear what you would expect, and you hear no sounds. There's no alarms. There is no voices of, hey, what was that? It's pretty quiet in there.
Okay. They moved. They had a swift action. Oh, they have a haste circuit.
Yeah.
Not hearing anything coming along, they're going to move to the edge of the window and like get a visual.
Sure, you pop up, jumping up like 10 feet, running and kind of parkouring to the edge and putting your fingertips on the edge and peering in. You can see a mostly empty hangar. There is spots and positions for about 8 craft. There is currently only one ship, and it is a shuttle. The shuttle seems to have a number of kind of boxes and crates that are stuffed up against the end where it would connect to the driving compartment. And then there is 6 seats that are kind of open and available. You can see currently the ship is idling. There is just the faintest bits of light underneath, but you see no starcraft. You see this ship very clearly. And as far as you can tell, there is no Project Cuttlefish within the space.
Okay.
Anything else, Echo?
Will you allow them to get through the window?
Yeah, absolutely. With your speed, no problem. You pop up and in and kind of drop quietly down on the other side. You can see in this space there is just the shuttle. There are a number of jacks and kind of cargo haulers. You can see in the far end of the kind of space, with your perception check, there are crates and things that have been opened and used, but they are almost certainly, you've seen the logo before. For free Mega Cultures check.
Oh, I know who it is. Whimsy.
Natural 20!
Oh, fuck. That's a good one to get a natural 20 on.
You've seen the Shorepoint logo before.
Oh!
This is one that has the lighthouse kind of outlooking over the Shorepoint name. This is a private security contractor, but you found out near the beginning of the episode, or campaign rather, that this is in fact a more militarized version of the Jacinto Security Corps. Mm-hmm. And these are crates that would hold heavier weaponry, things that are meant for starships. You see evidence of fighting craft being here, but they are currently gone.
Oh, you know what? That makes sense, though, because they were here from a long time ago.
Anything else, Echo?
Yeah.
Is there any movement left available to Echo, or would you say that's a no?
I would say you can get within 30 feet of the shuttle.
Echo's plan is to first zigzag throughout the entire room.
Yeah. You begin that process. You zig forwards, you zag forwards again.
It's an invisible craft. Echo doesn't know to what kind of scanner is invisible.
Bam!
That's the plan.
Just start throwing paint at me.
I like it. You're using your head.
Well, it's like the brute force.
We'll get back to that. You're onto something, because as you zig through, you don't slam into anything. You don't see any like weird shadows or distortions of light. You do see something, but we'll get back to that.
Oh, I don't like that.
It is your turn, Echo. That brings us to Henry.
Laser
So,
turrets.
flying back here.
Think about the flashlights that were.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah,
Those
but the
suck.
power's off.
So Henry here.
Goodbye, everybody.
Henry is going to look away. He has been kind of parrying blows from you, Shade. They are going to duck down, and looking up at you, they're going to say, I don't know why you care. I don't know why everybody cares about her. And he's going to slide away from you. You can take an attack of opportunity if you want, but he's going to rush over top Spice.
Yeah.
Right here, Jeff?
Yep.
So I get my face stepped on?
36
36. That is against.
against KAC.
That is a hit.
I don't know why, because she's annoying, but She's one of us.
Lindsay's been talking to Julie.
Oh, that's pretty good.
She's our team worker.
He's
I would never
taking-
die for a coworker.
Say again.
Literally
He's
never.
taking
Probably.
27
yes.
slashing
Some
damage.
Lord of the
27
Rings.
slashing damage. Very nice. That carves across, and you can see it does the full amount that you would expect. They're still able to easily get away. They turn to the side to accommodate the blow, and they pull this plasma saber up, and they swing it down. And right as they bring it down, actually, first they'll take their first attack. They're taking 2 against you.
Does this
Spice.
use
With the cover still?
procedural memory thing?
Oh no, your
It's not
cover's
using
long.
any feature. It's not
Just
using
attack.
any. This is just an attack.
Oh shit.
Spice, that is only going to be a 29 to hit.
Yeah. What do you mean only 29?
It's
Yeah,
a low
dude.
roll.
I'm
So
excited. Someone's gonna have that.
Excited. Your
I
Right.
literally
Something's gonna
die.
happen.
Yeah, Spice
Julian's
is gonna
gonna
get her
come
fucking
out
head
and-
crushed in.
Literally save.
you take 36 points of energy or electric and fire damage as this red star plasma sword just carves across your torso. And as they swing it back up, they look at you and they say, "I can see why Julian hates you." And he swings it again. This is going to be a like a 32 to hit.
Yeah, duh.
That is going to be significantly more damage at that's going to be 41 points of electric and fire damage.
Spice dies.
As
Not
you
instantly.
You just go down.
carve this down, it pierces through the elements of stamina, it shatters through the armor that you have. Any kind of glamour sort of thing that you have projecting just shatters, and it just it carves deep into you.
I think in that moment, like, her eyes were like dilated with like this sort of haughty confidence. But then when he says, "No wonder Julian hates you," her eyes just narrow into like a pinprick, and then down, dead.
Yeah,
Not dead.
that is.
Uncomfortable.
You hit the
Dead
ground.
asterisk.
Your head cracks onto the
Dying.
tiles, but that is both of his attacks. He turns back, he glances for just a second at you, Shade, and then their eyes focus up and on Bubbles. But that is their turn, and that brings us to Bubbles.
Okay. Force movement does not do attack opportunities, so I'm
Correct.
going to go over 15, grab Spice,
Okay.
and 15 up. I'll take the attack opportunities.
Okay. So you rush down using your rocket pack, you grab onto Spice. Right as their head is about to rebound onto the floor, you lift them up.
Get
That
your
will
lady
provoke
love.
only 1 attack of opportunity.
Nice.
Or
By
2,
her
actually,
ankle.
Sorry.
And I'm
So-
going to go back exactly where I was, just dropping Spice. and
One of the
fighting
Carbon
you.
Cartel henchmen swings with the butt of their rifle. That's a 16 to hit.
Miss.
You're easily able to miss, but this huge creature turns up. You can see the amphibious mouth cracks open, and the jaw almost swings as they lurch their head. The lower jaw then catches up, and like a mace swings out towards
And
you.
as Bubs does this, he's going to yell, "Julian doesn't have to care because I do!"
The bone locks, and it snaps shut, and the natural 1, they miss you as well. And you skirt away,
good.
grabbing onto Spice's body, and you make yourself scarce. Where are you ending up? Right back in that
Exactly
spot?
where I was, and
No
Spice
problem.
is 5 feet below.
You hold on to Spice above the whirlwind of this concrete and debris, but that is your turn, Bubbles.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I can't. I don't. An action is to pick up someone, so that's it.
No problem. That brings us to the vet. So he turns, and you can see the eyes super focused now in front of that couch. Your cards have been left behind on the ground. the
Only
ones that you
2?
had. Yes, only 2.
Only 2?
But they're important cards. He
They
looks
are
down and
important
he
cards.
says, "Those are mine!" And he leaps off this thing. You can see he uses the descending thrusters to go down to the main point, and he's going to use. He can only get to the couch because he's still going to take his attacks.
And then the bug guy is gonna go and take all his cards and throw them over the side of the boat.
Screw your mission hard. He's
that's
like, Henry, I'm here for the
He attacks his
cards.
comrades to get the yellow ice drift giant.
As he gets there,
That
he
is-
sees
that is so
Henry
funny.
knock Spice out, and he is going to.
Can't believe that.
He's going to hold his action, but he turns, he points over at Bubbles, and he says, "Don't let him get away!" And you can see this blue creature, and like turns and looks up. But that is all that they're going to do. They're holding something. Spice, please make a. Are you going to use a resolve point?
Yeah.
Okay. You burn a resolve point, and in the darkness, you can just hear those words echo. That they can understand why Julian hates you.
Oh
That
my
is your turn, Spice. That brings us to everybody else.
Is your eyes open?
No.
No.
Okay.
I'm just stable. I have to use another one to get
No,
back
no,
to
no,
one.
I got
That's
you.
on Laser Card Arena being on the addiction tracker.
Are they re-entering that space?
They're gonna go right to the edge of it, which I believe is
No,
right
it's
there.
in the tunnel,
Oh,
remember?
so it's right here.
Yeah,
So they're
sorry.
gonna be at the edge. They can't see, but they're
Yeah.
gonna start blindly shooting through.
Yeah.
It's like kind of the best shot that they got. They're all going to like
That
the
happens
edge
a
of the
lot
storm.
in real
Okay.
life.
I know. That's the whole thing. The Vesk already moved. This
I know it
guy's
kind
gonna
of sucks for you,
turn.
Melee Boy, but
He's gonna turn and go back.
it gives
out.
us some wiggle room.
Melee Boy just wants to get out with Spice.
Yeah, I got it.
He's moving on this as well. And so he's gonna follow the commands and leap, leap, leap.
All right.
Follow that. And then that is all the rest of them. So the attacks. Bubbles.
Yeah.
You have the focus of almost everybody now.
Yeah.
First, the 3 Carbon Cartel henchmen are going to take semi-automatic shots at you.
Let's do it.
All right. Each one only
is
firing
this
once.
one of them?
Yes, that is one of them.
Okay. Do I get cover at all? No.
No, you're flying,
Okay, fair enough.
but it is okay because the highest one is a 27 to hit.
Oh, bam!
And so they fire across, but as you move too fast, they're unable to. You do feel Spice's body shudder as like a bullet traces into the thigh. Maybe that's part of it, but you are unharmed. You dash away.
Missed me.
Bit.
Swiss cheese
You
spice.
see Spice's eyes flicker open and then it just drops back down again. But those are the 3 of them. There are 2 other there's one other Carbon Cartel member that is going to shoot at you. That might hit. That's a 30 even against your KAC.
That's pizza.
Alrighty, and so it is, for what it's worth, a semi-automatic weapon. That is only 12 points of piercing damage. So minimum damage as they fire at you.
So that's 2.
Only 2 points. The bullet barely breaks across through the shield. There is 1 Carbon Cartel member that is going to swing the butt of their rifle at you, Shade. That is pretty good. That's a 28 against your KAC.
That hits.
You take...
That's this guy.
Yeah. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as they just hit you with more of their elbow than the butt of the gun. But that is all of the henchmen. The Vesk is going to fire blindly at Spice through the darkness of the storm. That is going to be only a 12 to hit, and so I'm
Doesn't
pretty
hit.
sure that is not going to hit.
It's 20 and 21, just like
Shots just trace into the different crates. There are shatters. You can hear like little electronics going off on the inside. But that is all of the others. That brings us to the top of the round and to this Kasatha. So this Kasatha, up at the very top. Well, you know what? It's E15. And this is a
break,
great
yeah.
place to step away
Yeah.
for a break. So before we jump into the next round, and as this Kasatha levels one of the pistols at you, Bubbles, and begins to produce a new gun from their kind of kit, we're going to step away for a quick break. There is going to be a timer at the bottom of your screen, and we will see you at the end.
Because the guns are cheaper than the bullets.
And welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us through the break if you did. If not, we are playing Starfinder. There is combat happening, and we are starting right at the top of the round
not, fuck
with
you.
with this Kasatha. You can see from beneath.
Wait, I didn't get a turn.
You did.
Yeah,
You
you did.
stabilized.
Stabilized because
Oh, I
You're
did.
dying. Yeah, sorry. Don't die next time.
Yeah, sorry.
That is going to bring us to Sly Grin. This is the Kasatha.
Sly
You
grin.
can see that is their name.
I like it.
They are going to pull out a small device with one hand, and they are going to run a number of buttons across it, and
It just vibrates.
Is this Sly Hands?
no.
bubbles.
Sly grin.
Your communicator suddenly begins to go off, and you feel a little bit distracted, and you lose track of the Kasatha as they are attempting a trick attack against you.
All right.
Oh shit.
That is going
What's
to
their
be
range?
a 36 against your EAC. That's a hit.
Yep.
I mean, I have
That is
room
going to
for
be
my
okay.
thing.
Only
I know you do too.
What is it? Projectile? Or?
it is a projectile, but this is a cold damage. This is little projectiles of ice, and as they shoot
Yep.
towards you, first you are taking 15 points of cold damage,
So -5 is 10.
and then wow, this is a lot of dice.
Yeah, I know.
Right now I'm into my stamina because I have 10 HP
Operatives are
from that.
fucking horrifying at higher levels.
I still have tons of health.
Bubbles, you are taking an additional 26 points of I believe this is also cold damage.
It's whatever
Is it
your
second
weapon
attack?
damage
Cold
is.
damage. But no, this is all part of one attack.
Okay,
And so
so
this
20?
Yeah, 20 points of damage. As it strikes into you, there is suddenly a jagged edge to this cold ice bullet that just shatters and shreds the flesh within. It is a extra large amount of damage based on what you actually see from the tiny little projectile. But that is all that they can do on this turn. They are going to stay exactly where they are, and that brings us
dice
to
damage.
Shade. Gibbs, you are on deck.
This vehicle,
Yeah.
is there any way that I could like exocortex into that?
Are you exocortexing into it?
Is there a like onboard computer system that could auto start
Or are
it?
you using your computer check to attempt to do so?
I believe I am.
Okay, so make a computer's check.
No, I don't have any mana.
30.
30. With a 30, you easily overwhelm the very basic sort of, actually somewhat old-fashioned computer. This is a sports car. It is made by Jacinto. It was actually made by a Jacinto subsidiary that was named Stingray that had to get canceled out because there was some copyright issues. But it is a sports vehicle, and it's from like the 2100s, so very easy to override the very basic computer systems. You gain access to it. There is no like super fancy computer systems that you're used to. There is a sound system. There is a GPS, which has an error as it's not designed for this kind of area. But yeah, you absolutely have access to this vehicle.
Have as part of that, or as my next turn's exocortex, would I be able to drive it into this crowd of people?
You can certainly. You probably
Like-
can't turn it super well, especially within the
Drive
space.
and then back that way.
Does it
Like,
have rear busters
front?
though? That it could shoot it, or side busters?
So I would say, with the limited information that you have in the kind of remote access in this kind of quick way, you could probably steer it in like a 45-degree arc forward, and kind of jam it in that direction to do more complicated. Yeah, the turning radius isn't such
Yeah.
that it's really designed to be driven from
To be
here.
more complicated would be like a full action.
You probably need to be in the car.
Okay.
Yeah, you're remote accessing something not really designed to do it, but you're still accomplishing it. So
Okay.
anything else, Shade?
Yeah, so that's my exocortex. I'll just have it sitting there for a sec.
Windshield wipers.
And I'm gonna use my move action to activate my
drop it so I can.
fend off from my adaptive fighting.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give another swipe at the old hardcore Henry there.
Okay, his back is to you.
And
You
the
can see
old
focused
hardcore
very much on
Henry.
Bubbles.
And give him the old stabberino.
Give him the stabberino.
That's
Dibbly doo.
as about much as you could. There we go. Alrighty. That's going to be a 32
A 32 against?
against his KAC.
That is going to be a hit.
Alrighty there. That's going to be this guy. Alright, that's going to be here for you. 20 points of slashing damage.
20 points of slashing damage. You slash across them, you rip into their skin, and you can hear a grunt. And for the first time, as they turn and look at you, there's a little bit of annoyance on their face. They turn and they say, "Get off my back." And you watch as the cut just shifts and
Is that an ability?
bubbles. Oh, yes, it is. So as they try to use this evolutionary adaptation and shift their back into a form that would allow them to take the slashing damage much better, you can see it just kind of buckles and changes. Their skin turns gray and then shifts back to the normal color.
The earmuffs just grow little ears. And now he's got little bubble ears.
But he turns and he looks,
And I'll
trying
say-
to find the source of this enchantment.
Nothing personal.
That
Just
is your
small
attack.
cuttlefish.
You carve into them. You say that. They look at you. You feel there may be a response. But that is your turn, Shade.
Yes.
That brings us to Gibbs. Echo's on deck.
All right, free action lifelink
Okay.
to you. So you
Oh.
heal 10, of course.
Nice.
You heal 10. And then free action, I'm going to drop Cosmic Eddy,
Okay.
which is just a free thing I can do.
Yep.
It just goes away.
There is a crumple of just bits of concrete and glass that fall across the ground there.
Cool. And then full action, I am healing everyone.
Okay.
1,000,000 points.
You take the bottle, you shake it, and there is the shoof as the cork comes out, and this garbage foam,
43
orange and
to anyone who
frothy,
needs it.
rolls across all of
What's
you.
what's the range
30
on that?
feet from me.
Never mind.
Yeah, not that big.
Sorry,
Hey.
Echo.
Hey, you gotta ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna kind of just tuck into this corner a little bit.
Okay. You eep into the corner. But that is your turn, Gibbs.
Yeah, and everybody's healthy and happy and everything's great.
Echo, you zag left, you zag right. What are you doing in this space?
Hitting a car.
Echo is attempting to zigzag through and finding the cuttlefish craft if it's here.
Make a perception check. You rush through this space.
Is it perception if they're literally just going to like run like this?
The perception check is free.
Okay, the perception check is free.
Nice.
The running costs you.
35.
35. With the 35, as you rush through, you easily cross most of the space, and you feel confident there is not a hidden ship hiding around here.
Sweet.
There is nothing but oil and other elements that you'd expect there to be in a garage, with one exception. As you look around, you do see these strange glints and movements, and you recognize that there is sort of mirrored panels, although that's not quite right. And as you get to the edge of this kind of garage, you can see that there are these small drones that can be used to put up roughly 10-foot wide hexagonal sort of mirrored panels. Make an insight check. Sense motive check, sorry.
25.
There is a much less complex version of something akin to Project Cuttlefish here, but there is a lot more smoke and mirrors and a lot less technology. You get the sense that there is perhaps no link to that particular model here, at least not in the way that you were expecting. Furthermore, you get the sense that there is no exhaust in the air. These ships were moved out at least a couple hours ago, and this shuttle likely designed to take the pilots to those ships or to a further destination beyond.
Heard.
But this place seems to have been evacuated already.
Just a question on what you just said.
Yes.
I mean, I know I'm not there, but I am confused.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like prototype? Like, how similar is it to Cuttlefish? Is it like,
Not at all. It seems
Okay.
like similar
Not at
kind
all.
of
Okay.
intent, but whereas Project Cuttlefish was active camouflage that was electronic and highly complex, this is much more smoke and mirrors.
Okay.
This is satellites designed to create reflective space where a skilled pilot might be able to make it look like they are invisible briefly.
Okay.
If there is, and Echo, you get the sense that there is like some radar reflective properties, it would shield that as well. But this is incredibly limited versus Project Cuttlefish.
It's just like shielding the garage.
Yes, this is something that a mechanic with less skill than Shade probably put together.
Sweet. Echo is going to then get into the shuttle.
Okay.
Are there weapon systems on board?
You go into the shuttle and there is no weapon systems. There is what looks like some kind of a mining-based, like tractor beam sort of thing in the front, but there is no weapons that are equipped to this. It is not drift capable, and it does have a single kind of homing beacon and an autopilot system that is set for some point off and a little bit further away from Zim.
All right. Echo's gonna like just take note of the coordinates.
And from the cockpit, you also hear this kind of, and you can hear that there is comm traffic. There's individuals who are talking about there being signals from within the drift.
We might have incoming. Okay. What? Can I go pilot this craft out of the window, or is the window too small?
The window's too small.
Hey,
No,
you gotta ask, man.
It's close, but like probably is too small by about 30%.
Is there any way to get this shuttle into the into that area?
Yeah, you could just try to ram it through. You do risk, being in a starship collision while you're doing that.
Do it.
You just cork the tunnel.
If you go through the wall, you're fine. If you don't, the kinetic impact of the craft colliding with the wall is going to be directed towards your body.
Jump and roll.
Okay, Echo's gonna take note of the coordinates. Commit that to memory. Is there any way to track the channel that they're on quickly, or is that
Not quickly, that's a computer's check.
cool? Echo is going to. Oh shit! Is it better to go after you guys or to do the computer's check and get the info?
I don't know. I just died and came back to life.
Ow! It hurts!
Okay.
You can hear like gunfire.
Echo's just like, damn it, I want the information.
We're fine.
All right, Echo is going
Take your time,
to.
we'll be okay.
Echo is going to use our action to set the ship to max speed autopilot through towards this area.
Okay.
And not be in the ship.
No problem. So you put a quick timer on.
Dear God, I hope not.
Where
With a
is
timed brick on the gas
where
pedal.
is Echo on
Nice.
this?
Love you.
Off
Love
and like
that.
in that direction towards you. So
On the big map.
Can we get an Echo?
On the overhead mappy.
So Echo is in the garage.
I don't know where Echo's
Can
mini
we place
is.
something, Joe? Where Echo would be? Where's Echo?
Echo's not on this map
where
anymore.
you're sitting currently.
Okay. perfect.
Roughly, yeah. So yeah, right where that frog is, you just jam on the gas pedal. We'll get back to that. Anything else, Echo?
There's a wall there too. I grenaded it.
With the hay circuit, I think they have enough movement to get out of the garage, yes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Echo is going to attempt to get out of the garage and as close to this area as they can and out of the ship's path.
You can get within 20 feet out of the ship's path. You're a little bit closer probably to the greenhouse, but you absolutely can. You're like a little bit kind of closer to Matt. But no problem. You're 20 feet off, and you look up and you can see like the thrusters begin to kick into life on the inside as the shuttle angles towards the foyer. But that is your turn, Echo. Yes. That brings us to Henry. So Henry's eyes trained on Bubbles, but then there is the slash across, and you say nothing personal to Henry. Henry turns around to you. He sneers and he says, "Everything's personal." And he is going to take these attacks. He can do very little with Gibbs's abilities active. So he's just going to take 2 attacks against you.
Still -2.
Still -2, which is probably a good thing. That is going to be a 29 to hit.
That's still gonna hit.
That is still going to hit. So with a 29 Shade, you are taking... 10, 12, you are taking 32 points of electric and fire damage. And then the second attack...
That's so good.
is cocked.
That I already healed last round, and you didn't need it.
Second attack is going to be a 42 to hit.
I think that one hits.
And as that 42 kind of sinks in, we'll say that's cocked as well. That is going to be 12, 13, 14, 16. That is going to be a 36 points of electric and fire damage.
Down.
You're
as they-
down?
But at the end of my turn, my auto CPR will stabilize me.
They slash across and you slam into the kind of couch area and collapse down to the floor. You hear this as he turns. He kicks you, kind of stepping on your fingers as he does, but then aims and gears towards Bubbles, and he is going to use their own jump jets to fly up and meet at Bubbles' air sort of level.
Is that a feat?
This is not a feat. This is equipment.
Okay.
And who is this, Joe?
Well, it's a feat.
Henry.
Can he stay in the air with his jump jets?
They're not jump jets. It's a rocket. It's a jetpack technically. but
Say he's right here.
he's not wearing a jetpack. He's got feet jetpacks. He's got boots. So that is him. He is just hovering up right in front of you now. There is the red glow, and you can see it is held aloft. He looks at Spice first, but then locks eyes with you, Bubbles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm holding her.
Yeah, that is his turn. That brings us to you, Bubbles.
I'm probably gonna get out of there because I'm trying to get Spice out of here. So I'm probably going to
So that's going to provoke two
Yeah.
attacks of opportunity.
yeah. I'll-
So first, Hardcore Henry is going to take their attack. They lash out with that sword. That is going to be a 35 to hit.
that hits.
Okay. And so as they strike in with that 35, Bubbles, that is going to be... That is going to be
You're awake and good now.
33 points of electric and fire damage. The big creature,
33?
yeah, is going to snap out with its jaws. That is going to be only a 20 to hit.
Well, 33 minus 5 is 28. And you said
20 to hit.
It misses.
It snaps, and as it does, the jaws crunch onto the shield, and you watch as this greenish saliva just oozes out and around your feet. And Bubbles, you get the sense that this creature has some kind of poison or venom within their mouth, but they are unable to bite into you, and you are able to escape away with Spice.
Yeah, and I'm still 5 feet in the air.
You are?
Wait, you're only 5 feet in the air?
Yeah, if you read on the thing, it says 5 feet.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
They're dead. Is it my turn yet?
No.
Damn it.
Anything else, Bubbles?
I think that's all my move actions I can do. So I can just probably in Bubs will just be like beep beep beep. Are you here, beep?
Beep, beep, babe.
You said beep beep.
That's what I
Beep
heard.
beep.
So
That's not what you call me.
they are going to the Vesk. From his position here, he's going to jump over that Carbon Cartel guy and get right between those two. Yep, he's going to bend down, and using his swift action, he's going to pick up these
No,
two
he's
cards
not.
and just stuff them in his pocket. You can hear him just kind of chuckling to himself as he says, "Ha, the gold eyes are mine." He turns, he kind of puts one hand and just slaps this big frog creature on the butt and says, "Get him!" and then turns and continues to hold their ability.
Wait, I
That
literally
is their
just gave
turn,
him
and that
my
brings
one.
us to Spice.
Yeah, you just gave him your cards.
Wait,
Wait,
you're in-
let me take 2
Now you have to
yellow
kill
eyes.
them if you're gonna get them back.
Okay.
Kill everyone
yeah,
to
we
get
have to
them
kill
back.
Well, okay, so now that everyone's behind me, like, the eyes roll back from the back of her head, and she goes, "Puppy! Oh my god!" And then she looks around, there's still danger around us. She goes, "Fuck these stupid C words." And then,
She said C words.
I don't want to say it.
character
I
growth.
will. I probably already have, but.
certainly
And then she literally booms out into all of their minds. And she's going to use one of her improvisations called Doom.
Yeah, very nice.
Nice.
So the cone hits who?
It's a 60-foot cone.
Very nice.
So as many as I can touch.
Okay, so,
So
you can
this
get.
cone is 30 feet.
Yeah.
You hear, you fucked with the wrong Emi doll. I'm not even the one that you want.
So that's all. That's the 3 henchmen on the left. That is Hardcore Henry. That is this frog creature, and that is
Everyone
the,
here
black-
except for this one.
that is the Vesk as well.
Black minis.
You need to be careful with what you say.
So what kind of save is
Trace
that?
of words.
What kind of save?
It's like
It
everyone
is
except for this
a
guy.
fear effect, blah blah blah. But it's
Okay.
actually a bluff check.
Ooh, okay. Contested
And-
by.
It's a DC 15 plus half creature CR,
Oh, okay.
or 10 plus creature sense motive. You can choose whatever one's higher.
Sure.
Get ready for this fucking bluff check, though. Oh. Oh my god. Okay, so it's starting 21, 23 plus 39.
That's enough for everybody to be affected by it.
Yes!
So you roll this across. You say that you fuck with the wrong person, and as this rolls across them, you hear gasps coming from all these electronically encoded enforcer masks. You could see even Henry themselves. However, as a reaction, there is a pump of chemicals.
Is that an ability?
It is not. It is equipment.
Okay.
And so that pumps these combat stims into them, and they seem immune to this particular effect.
Damn it.
But 3 henchmen and that big creature all stricken by fear.
Nice.
So they have to take 1 of 4 actions. It's fight defensively, use full defense action, move out of the area, or move to a covered area.
Yeah, absolutely. So they are all affected, save Hardcore Henry. Anything else, Spice?
I can't move, so that's my turn.
Okay, that brings us to all of them. So, terrified, they run and go for cover. They will take cover here. They're going to run towards the
I'm
greenhouse.
annoyed that Hardcore Henry was in here.
Get into the greenhouse proper. They are also going to run towards the greenhouse and get into the greenhouse proper.
Nice.
He is going to leap down and just run away into the decks. And then he is going to turn and probably run with this guy.
Because I got what I came for.
As they rush with his cards. He still cackles
got the-
nervously.
yeah.
He's not affected by it. He's just out of the cone. They
there's
are
a
also,
cone.
they're also
I could
currently
have done a
They're
line, but I've
bamboozled.
never.
bamboozled.
Like my
looking at
bullshit.
the
That's my
circle.
bullshit.
Yeah.
I
This
could have done a
individual is going to climb up here. This one is going to turn and get away from you, Shade, which does provoke an attack of opportunity if you want it.
Well, isn't she up
down
here? Don't you
until-
want to?
But I have stuff,
yeah, right.
so
Wouldn't
I'll
this
be,
mean
I'll
that
be
this
good.
guy goes behind here?
No, he climbed up onto the crates.
Why?
You can fight
Because he wants-
defensively.
Yeah, because he's fighting defensively.
Oh.
He's in his mind, he's going to follow the rest of his friends off and in that tunnel. But he doesn't have a climb speed, so to get up there is taking a bunch of his turn. They begin to rush off into the left. Henry turns. He just kind of sneers and just says, "I don't need any of you, anyways."
Just need cuddle.
We just need
The one that climbs up and is not afraid is going to turn and take a shot at you, Bubbles, as you fly. Bubbles is a 22 hit against your KAC.
no.
Bullet just ricochets off your elbow, not penetrating the shield. That is all of the henchmen and other folks. That brings us to the top of the round. And oh no, sorry. Oh no, they ran away.
Haha, they have to use their action to, like, one of those 4 acts. One of those
So
four
that brings us
things.
to the top of the round. To Sly Grin. They're going to run along the edge of the border right over to where the lift is. Right there, yeah.
Fucking hit a freak.
And they are going to turn. You can see typing into the communicator again. Bubbles, your like jump jets begin to falter, causing you to kind of dip down a little bit. That is not going to be a successful trick attack. You do not get distracted by that. But Bubbles, does a 29 hit your EAC?
29.
EAC meets it, beats it.
Meets it, beats it. So, again, a little pebble of ice streaks
Yeah.
into you as you take 17 points of cold damage.
Okay, -5.
It just bursts in a little bit. That is all that they can do as they kind of run along the edge. That brings us to Shade. Gibbs, you are on deck.
So at the end of the, well, actually, yeah. My auto CPR unit, if I have 0 points and I'm dying at the end of my next turn, the auto CPR unit attempts to stabilize me.
Okay. So at the end of this turn, you stabilize.
But on the same turn, because I have Die Hard, the feat, when I stabilize, I can spend 1 extra resolve point to also get up on the same turn.
Very nice.
Who's
Wow.
left to be proud?
How do I get that?
So that's going
Dice
to
literally
be
called- yeah, fuck.
26
I
for the
literally can't get that.
stabilizing check, the medicine check.
That is
And
successful.
then I'm up.
Yeah, so
with
you
one
immediately kind of lurch up as the elements within your body put down more of these clamps and sutures. There is chemicals pumped into the very little biological components that are left, and you surge back to life, albeit not in the best shape. You are currently in an empty sort of zone, however.
Am I able to take my turn now?
No, I think that's the end of your turn. The
Yeah.
stabilizer happens.
Yeah,
But still,
stabilizer.
you are up, and that brings us to Gibbs. Echo, you're on deck.
Gibbs is gonna free action lifelink with Shade.
Okay.
Gonna lifelink with Shade and heal Shade a bunch of hit points.
Okay.
Great. And then Gibbs under the impression we need Hardcore Henry alive, so
We do.
is gonna
get
cast
more
a
money,
spell at
but
him.
Okay.
It's an at one.
Ooh.
Is it a 7?
What spell is this?
It was gonna be Enervation, a ranged spell attack against EAC, and it would have done something super dope. But it's a 4th level spell.
You fire this enervation out, and as it streaks outwards, you can see Henry just uses the rocket pack to move away, and you can see just crawling from the debris, one tiny little Yosoki hand bursts forth, and they lift themselves up, and you can hear, "I'm okay," and then enervation strikes into them, they shrivel down, and they die. And you kill them again. Anything else, Gibbs?
You know, I've done more harm than good this combat. I might just sit down. This is my last round, so my next turn, my bamboozle goes away.
Okay.
No, this next.
No,
Next- no, one more
just
turn.
looking. I know. I'm just looking at which one's
At the
which.
beginning.
Alrighty, that is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us
It'll be
to
3 rounds
Echo.
next round.
Okay.
All right.
In the
Echo, the shuttle above you. Revs. So first, can you make a computer's check, just flat?
Oh, big one.
Not adding my modifier.
You add your modifier, but
Oh.
no additional like features or things like that go into it.
Wheel. Fuck. That's okay. It's okay. You still got it. You
I
still got
literally wrote a note, sorry if I didn't forget.
33.
Okay. So then roll a d6.
Oh, this is the big one.
You
Is
got
it
it.
product? Is
It's
it the
direct.
cuttlefish?
D6 if it's proud cuttlefish.
4. With a 4, there is a sudden flare of lights as all the lights in the front just ignite, and you watch as the blacked out glass suddenly just becomes this vibrant gray before it shatters, and the shuttle flares out and comes flying towards the foyer. You can see it is geared to hit the 2nd floor, and in fact, you see from those of you on the ground, this individual with these pistols out suddenly becomes silhouetted by these bright lights as the shuttle slams into the building. He is going to get a reflex saving throw.
Did you forget you had dice in there?
No, I knew.
It's very effective. Okay. That
Super
is-
effective.
You can see he turns, and these kind of red eyes go wide. They leap across the space, and they land on the other side as
that jump.
this shuttle
Does he take any fall
pierces
damage?
in the edge.
Oh, he makes it. Okay.
Yeah, he makes it. And just annihilates this front deck. Blows this
Oh,
inwards down
dude.
here.
Total destruction.
Oh, these people might be trapped
They are
now.
definitely sealed off.
Oh,
And so
Echo.
that crushes in. The shuttle itself is now wedged in the 2nd floor. In the 2nd floor proper, you can see it is actually pierced a bedroom. You can see there is a huge bed that looks about 16 feet wide.
I'm sorry, what?
You can see there is what looks like a projected
orgy bed.
image of the Milky Way going over it. You can see there are several screens that have illuminating colors that just kind of like spread across them. You can see there's a number of other things like a hallway that leads off from it, but this is just literally just gone straight into Hardcore Henry's
Did I
bedroom
find the
up
pleasure
above.
dome?
It's a bedroom. It's
That's-
more.
Twice the size of California King.
Yeah, it's the Family XL is the name of the bed size. So it's gigantic, and it is. I mean, he's a like size large. He requires literally a larger bed. So you crash the ship in. There is rubble that goes everywhere. There are shouts and screams. Even Hardcore Henry has to like duck and stop fighting for just a moment. And as this rubble clears, the overhead alarms have gone off. All the emergency power has now cut to this space. It is dark in here, save the lights from the bits of fire. I would say there's still dim light from fire and other things that are now happening. But Echo, you have demolished a corner of this building. That happens at the start of your turn. What would you like to do for your turn?
Echo wants to enter the building through here? Is that a thing that can happen?
That is a different entryway. So you would imagine that
How to
seems
enter
to have.
building.
If you want to enter the building, so that whole corner now is just empty and open to the exterior, so you can come in from that corner.
Okay.
You began 20 feet away from that entrance, so you can enter into, I think you have, what, 45 feet of movement?
Echo's total movement is 80, so Echo has 60 feet of
So
movement left.
so 60 feet of movement. You can get anywhere up until, like, you can get into most of the room.
Okay.
Where do you want to go? Pretty much anywhere that's not this couch area over in the front.
This couch area.
Yeah.
Echo wants to get here.
Yeah, easy.
So I can heal myself. It's no big deal.
And
Like, one attack.
with the cloud of like dust and smoke and debris, they're gonna use that as their stealth check
Yeah,
for
for
their
sure,
trick
for
attack.
sure.
So that's going to be a dirty 30.
Yeah, and also take a +6 conditional
that's for hardcore
modifier
Henry.
because you do have this like ship that just came through the wall.
So
And
36?
Yeah, 36. That succeeds.
Awesome.
And this is on Henry, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I got a natural 20 to hit.
Dude, we needed that. We needed that.
So, yeah, 1 second here.
That's a crispy hit. That is a crispy hit.
I love that.
From the range that they
Goodbye.
are away, this vest, you could see they turn and their eyebrow raises and they're just a little too far away to alter the outcome of that. There's nothing that they can do, so that is a critical hit. Go ahead and roll damage, double damage on the dice. That includes the dice for the trick attack as well.
Oh, I forgot that I
Yes,
got that
that
trick
is
attack. I was always just gonna pull my
No,
stand.
you double
love
all those
this.
dice. And if there is a critical effect dice, those double as well.
Sadly, the disintegrator pistol does not have a critical effect.
No, the vest was trying to.
But look at the clicky clacky of your
It
dice.
certainly does if you reduce them to 0 hit points with the critical
It's not a critical effect. That's just it happens.
Yeah,
So that's 13.
it's critical to me.
Disintegrator die?
Huh?
Disintegrate his dumb face.
We need him alive.
We do need him alive. Okay, so we need him alive.
But I don't think you can non-lethally discriminate.
Or you can't.
Disintegrate.
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 But maybe we can just disintegrate his legs.
69.
69.
Yay!
Ooh, it is a sexy den in here.
So all of a sudden, as you fire the disintegration pistol, and it just streaks this vibrant green beam of acid damage that just rips across Hardcore Henry. This is from the eruption of explosions from this shuttle that is bursting in. People are calling out, but that almost completely bisects the leg, which almost comes away as they are still flying in the air. They swivel and turn, and they are badly hurt. All at once, you can see the entire demeanor across the body changes. They almost land with this, and their eyes begin to search for a way out. That's a lot of damage, Echo. Anything else?
Vindication.
Yay!
Substantial. So,
of this game.
For sure.
that is Echo's turn. A lot happens. That does bring us to Henry. So he sees Echo. He sees these blue eyes through everything else. He is going to...
Echo is super stealthy. Does he see Echo?
Probably not. Yeah, fair enough.
There you go.
So he
There you
turns, there's this huge explosion,
And then
he is going to look left and look right, and then he is going to use his jump jets to go through the hole that has been made on this kind of starship. He's going to land like right in the bedroom where that kind of, I would say,
away.
you know what?
Yeah.
Actually, go ahead and put him up on the other platform in front of that cassava. Yeah, he's going to land right there. And he is going to sheathe that blade, and he is going to pull out a pistol that is coated entirely in gold. You can see the side is just
Flashy.
emblazoned with these wings
So
that go across
flashy.
it. This is a Paragon semi-automatic pistol. You can see there are white bits of ceramic that have been plated to the front to give it an almost angelic appearance.
Why?
But he levels that at Bubbles, and he is going to line up a single shot.
Yep.
And Bubbles does a 32 against your KAC.
minus 2.
30 against your KAC.
Daisy
Yeah.
meets it, beats it. He hits it.
You'd say.
So he fires, and there is a loud crack.
He's not bamboozled anymore.
He is bamboozled until my turn.
Oh.
And then he's unbamboozled.
Bubbles,
Yep.
you are going to be taking
Is piercing?
This is 36 points of piercing damage.
26.
As this single 36, 36.
Minus 10.
Minus 10.
Minus 10, yes, 26.
Why is it minus 10?
As this
Because they have
pierces
armor.
into you, and you can feel for just a second this searing hot twinge, and you smell electricity in the air. Can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
Do it.
What?
It's impossible to.
Ooh, that's an 8 plus 7.
15.
15.
15. Suddenly, the seam of the ceiling above you just forms this crackle of almost lightning-like energy that then just bolts down on top of you. And Bubbles,
Take more damage.
Oh, fuck.
you are only taking 11 points of electric damage as that just jolts through your body. Spice, you are within
Minus
5 feet. Can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
Ooh, I'm getting low now. I have
Spice,
14
reflex saving throw, please.
Oh, sorry. Oh, brother. Okay, not gonna be good. Reflex saving. 10!
You take 11 points of electrical damage as well as this lightning just crackles through Bubbles as the bullet pierces through. But that is the one shot that they can take. That is their turn. That brings us to Bubbles.
I'm going to hit Hardcore Henry.
Okay, with what?
Dothko.
Okay, so you turn and you throw the Dothko.
I'm going to do a full attack.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell, "This is over,
Are you
Hardcore!"
holding Spice while you
No,
throw
I'm
this?
going to say free action, drop her 5 feet.
Okay, no
I
problem.
forgot I was going to say that. 'cause
You
I
set
told
Spice
her.
on the ground.
This is over, Hardcore Henry. You're going to lose, and there's no way you can get through this. That's a. It doesn't matter. It's a 6 or no, it's a 6. So I'm going to close enough it.
Okay, how much damage is that?
That will be 2 plus 17, 18, 19. Plus frenzy is 23. Did he hit an ally? Yeah, he
he
hit
did.
Spice.
Yeah, he did.
So 23 plus 4 is 27. And it's not a second attack in a row, and I'm not using twins, so just 27 for the first.
27 for the first. All
Let me
right.
take that RP out. Okay, second attack. Ooh, that's an 8. Close enough.
Close enough again. All right, how much damage this time?
We have 5 more of these, so I don't think I can do it anymore. Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly the same. So 27.
Okay, anything else?
That's my turn.
They look pretty rough. Now that you've struck into them, the hammer misses both times, but as it slams into elements of the deck, it warps and twists the metal and causes them to sink to their knees. They climb back up, but that does rock them just a little bit. You can see they're still searching for perhaps a way out, but their pistol's still leveled towards you. Anything else, Bubbles?
That's it.
All right, that brings us to the Vesk. So how long does the Vesk have to keep running, Spice?
It's only that last turn, so
Okay.
the fear effect is dissolved now.
Outside, you see this Vesk suddenly put a hand on this creature, and it just changes. And now, standing in front of him,
Oh, no.
you see this huge gray dragon.
Sick the yellow eyes are
He
dragging on us.
leaps on top of it. It's not one of those. It's smaller than that. But he leaps on top of it. You can see it looks more humanoid. It's holding a gun, actually, like a rifle.
Wow.
And he
It's
jumps,
Grey Joel the
he
gun
kicks
dragon.
onto it, and it begins to fly off. And he is just leaving with your cards.
Oh.
Wow, this guy.
You bitch! She
That is
calls
enough
after
of a
you,
victory.
coward! Fight me!
He flies. The rest of the individuals do return.
The ones that can, right?
Yeah, the ones that
Did this
can.
one get
Gave
blocked
him a
off
piece
too?
of
or-
candy.
This one isn't blocked
You
off.
fuck.
They do need to take their whole turn to get back to this corner, however. They cannot fire. This one will be able to fire. They got up here, and they're just going to get to here and drop down. No longer running. These people are no longer bamboozled?
No, until my turn.
Still bamboozled.
But they can move. They just can't use.
So they seem like they're civilians. They're kind
Oh.
of cowering.
Yeah.
Until they are cleared from their bamboozle, they're kind of too frightened to run.
Cool.
They are, now that it's a little clearer, going to make a break for it. Going to run out the front door. You can attack this lady if you want on her way out. Shade.
No, she seems like a civilian, and my focus is on hardcore Henry.
The two who are in the hallway are going to attempt to clear the wreckage, but are unable to do so. So there is going to be one attack against Bubbles. Bubbles, you're getting +2 to your AC for cover. And then there's going to be one attack
Nice.
against Shade from the guy who is standing on that cargo cart.
Nice.
So first, Bubbles, that is only going to be a 22 to hit, and so unable to strike into you. You are flying through the air.
Yep.
Shade, that is a natural 1, and so
Oh!
this individual standing on top of this couch aims the rifle at you, pulls the trigger, and you hear it as it jams.
We
And they are
love
unable
that.
to fire at you. But
It's
that
broken
is-
now, isn't it? Doesn't it break?
You have no idea, but that is their turn. That is everybody on the other round. That brings us to the top of the round to Sly Grin. So up at the top
Sly Grin. I love that name.
is going to...
Kasaka.
Kasaka.
Oh, Kasaka.
Yeah, because he's got guns for days.
Doesn't Sokka have a boomerang?
Yeah, I don't know.
He is going to aim, and you see suddenly all 4 of these lasers just converge onto your knees, Bubbles.
Yeah.
And he is going to attempt to shoot off your legs.
Oh, brother.
So,
You call this shot.
for walking.
It's a really good attack. I know
flying
this
stuff.
attack.
first one is a natural 20.
Yeah.
God!
And so that's
Oh my
gonna
god,
be a
you're
first
literally
roll,
not
so
gonna have
put aside.
feet. You're gonna have to
The
fly.
second one is going to be a 29 against your KAC.
Misses.
Okay. So the first one,
thought that it was
the
aiming for was
lenticular
already shot
pistol,
off.
as they aim in, that's actually probably the best one to get hit with a critical by.
Oh, good. This is the forearm attack at once.
For you or for him?
I've seen this.
You take 20 points. Oh, sorry, double. You take 30 points of fire damage.
Is this? Oh, fire. Okay.
You also begin to burn, taking 12 points of burn damage, and you'll continue to take 1d8 at the end of your turns, unless you take an action to quench it.
You did have bleeding.
Additionally, can you make a fortitude saving throw, please?
Ooh, I'm getting close to it.
Damn, yeah.
Are you bleeding?
Yeah.
What? You guys didn't tell me.
That's cocked.
Just ruin everything.
This board is messy already as it is.
That's even
I'm
worse.
trying.
No, I used it.
no, it's just saves.
That's a 10.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
This beam right across your knees, and you can feel it's as if the patellas over superheat and pop on the inside.
Oh god.
Your speed becomes 0. Your rocket boots just kind of
I
falter
have,
out.
the way we decided it was pad, and back of my knees.
Yeah.
So
Speed becomes 0 as part of this attack. You drop just the 5 feet down to the ground, but until the end of your next turn, your speed is 0. Your legs seem to almost not respond with the element of this attack. You are now right down next to Spice. But that is all that they can do. That brings us to Shade. Gibbs, you're on deck.
Alright. I'm going to... jump jets up my full movement to, I think I can get to about here.
Okay.
40-ish feet.
Yeah, halfway up the ramp.
Yeah. And then I think that puts me within range to fire a shot off at Hardcore Henry.
What's your range?
It is, for the gun that I am using, 60 feet.
Oh, yeah, definitely in range.
Which is gonna be my gravity gun
Okay.
to try and pull him towards me to like here 10 feet.
Okay. Make the attack roll.
Exocortex distracting hack on him first by hacking into this guy's comms.
Okay.
So it's a feint, which is
Yeah.
bluff, but so it's cocked. It's also cocked, and that's 23.
That doesn't seem to be enough to draw their attention away.
All right. So then it's just the attack. Oh, that's not gonna hit. Not gonna hit.
You fire and it doesn't hit. It strikes the wall behind them. You watch as metal dents in. Anything else, Shade?
That's all I can do.
Alrighty. Gibbs.
keep 3. Okay.
The Yosoki dies and then is crushed by rubble. Echo bursts in underneath this shuttle and starts firing out and lands a devastating attack on Henry, who flees up to the second floor. What are you doing?
Gives him a lifelink bubbles
Okay.
for 10
10 HP.
HP.
Nice.
Oh, always 10.
That helps.
86. Okay. And then Gibbs doesn't want Hardcore Henry to leave. So I guess Gibbs is just gonna, at this plate level, do Cosmic Eddy.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
So they both need to make reflex saving throws, please.
So first the Kasatha, that is only going to be an 11.
Cool.
Then Hardcore Henry, not great.
Oh.
That is going to be... Where's Henry here? You said reflex?
Yeah, and does he still have your -2 to whatever? So
Oh, no, that's bamboozled.
22.
that will pass.
Okay,
My-
so
minus
Henry
two
is
to
able to
attack
succeed.
rolls, though,
Ah.
so it doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah, and all my bamboozled leaves
Okay.
the round. End of the round, I guess.
That's not
Um,
boost. That's
So he passes, which is fine. So Kasatha's knocked prone,
Okay.
and everyone's speed in this area is reduced to half. It's difficult terrain.
Very nice.
Oh, but he has jetpack.
And I'm gonna do some damage.
Oh, I thought it did damage too.
It does do
It
damage.
does.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
16 for Kasatha, 8 for Henry.
16 for the Kasatha. Very nice. That is the first damage dealt to them. For Henry, how much?
8,
8.
because it's half.
Anything else, Gibbs?
I'm gonna keep it up, but if an ally is inconvenienced by it, I will drop it.
Okay, no problem. You hold on to it, keeping it in the palm of your hand to effect. But that is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to Echo.
Echo is going to maneuver out just past Spice and Bub so that they're like directly over them.
They're
Yeah.
both on the ground now.
Yeah, so they're like kind of like in the way.
Gotcha.
Aim up.
So like this.
Yeah.
However they can maneuver so that they're standing in the way, aiming up at Hardcore Henry.
That's it.
I'm going to like kind of like do a weird like Australian breakdown spin down to be like, oh, I'm gonna check on them as a bluff.
Way down.
Sure.
My bluff is caring about my friends.
I can't do shit about this. Great. I got a 13.
That is going to be a failure, most likely.
Yeah. So I'm going to roll to hit. That is a 13 again. We have reached the end of our streak of doing cool shit.
Yeah. So you ray gun as hard as you can, but you're unable to do much, similar to the Australian great of breakdance.
Yeah, this is
Anything
karma.
else, Echo?
Sitting in my feels.
Okay. So that brings us to Henry. Henry is going to turn, and having been attacked by Bubbles and yelled at by Bubbles, they are going to continue to focus this pistol on you.
Let's do
Is
it.
Bubbles getting cover from Echo being standing over Bubbles and Spice?
Wait, are you prone?
Because of the sort of angle, no, they're up
know
high.
that.
It's hard to really get good cover here. But they're aiming at Bubbles. They're going to take a single shot. First, they're going to take deadly aim, and then they're going to take the single shot. Bubbles. That's pretty good. Does a 38 hit.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Bubbles, the single shot from the Paragon pistol barks out. That is going to be 24 points of piercing damage.
Okay, so 14.
And then can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
Okay, this time it's gonna be good.
There's again a bright seam of light that just traces across the ceiling over top you.
That's an 8 plus 7.
That is a 16. Sorry, yeah, that's going to be a failure. Bubbles, you take an additional only 8 points of lightning damage. Spice, can you make a reflex saving throw,
So
please?
that's 3 damage. What the fuck is going on with this? Oh, duh.
Reflex.
Looking good for both.
25.
You
Wait.
see the seam of light.
No, that's right. Sorry.
You see the seam of light traced above, and you know what that means. You roll away from Bubbles just as there is a crack of lightning energy that focuses on the point of the bullet that strikes within him. You do not take any of that electric damage. But that is all that Henry can do. Henry will actually... No, that's all they're going to do. That brings us to you, Bubbles.
So I'm not prone. I can't see our space. To answer your
Yeah.
question. You go. Okay. Yeah. Bubs is going to throw the Dothko at Henry again. But this time he's going to just stare at Spice and go, "Babe, we can do this together. Come on, it's you and me. We can solve any problem."
Spice like puts her hand out, but just lets her like whatever
That's right.
Bubbles needs to do. She's just like
Bubbles, just
limp.
as a reminder, you are burning.
Oh yeah, you're burning.
Literally on fire, are you?
Oh, I have a
Whatever. I'm still
Yeah,
attacking.
do it.
Yeah. This will be a full attack.
Okay.
12 plus 11, 22.
Minus.
No minus.
22 is not going to be a hit.
Okay, close enough. I've
Okay.
had close enough all my hits. Okay.
It's the only way we're hitting.
Close enough.
Yeah,
Honestly,
literally,
yeah.
you're the only one who can do any like real damage.
If I roll for
Where's the other
myself,
12?
Oh,
Fuck.
I just.
I'm not
Oh no, I don't have to do it because I did close enough. Okay, so then it's 2 plus 17 is 18. Oh no, it's 19 plus 4 is 23. He hit an ally, which was Spice. No, you didn't get hit.
No,
No, I missed it.
Yeah, you missed it.
he missed.
Hit you, not an ally.
Yeah. So no.
I mean, he hit me last turn, but not this turn.
Yeah.
No, so okay. So then just 23.
Okay.
Because I haven't gone yet.
He looks rough as you hit him. He's able to block most of these blows, taking the haft of the hammer versus the actual full part, and takes it on the forearms, reducing a lot of the damage, but he's still looking worn down.
Bubs catches the Dothko and he spins it in his hair, like in the air, like a pizza maker trying to like throw a dough up, and he throws it right back at him.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 12 plus 11, 13, 23.
23 is a miss,
No,
unfortunately.
it's plus
Thing that makes it minus one.
So close enough. This is my last close enough.
Okay. You use your last close enough. That's 23 points of damage.
Yeah. Well,
They
I
are
have 3 more
still
left.
up,
RP.
but as you have been firing these off again and again, and they block it with one arm and then the other,
can't do it.
you can see the plexiglass armor all along the forearms have microscopic cracks that run all along the edge. You can see there is blood that is beginning to push up against it. They have taken damage on their actual physical body. They're bleeding. They are hurt, but they are still up.
Bubs is like holding on to his sides and he can like barely breathe, and he just holds on, and he's not holding the Spice's hand, but he's doing the thumb.
Ah, shit, alright.
You
That's what you should have.
parries the hammer away. He looks down at you and just frowns. But that is your turn, Bubbles.
Yep.
All right, that brings us to somewhere off in the distance. This vest flies on this card. But that is his turn. That brings us to Spice.
So taking Bubbles' hand, she does this thumb thing, and then she'll kiss his thumb for kiss it better. So you get temporary hit points.
Nice.
Um,
I'm still on fire.
I don't know. It's literally 5 plus your medicine check, and then I have to roll.
I have 0 medicine.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Don't,
so it's
don't
literally
you roll
like
the medicine check?
Yeah, just roll for me because I don't have
Well,
any
I
medicine.
mean, I think.
Well, it's like gonna
your
hit no
ability,
matter
right?
what. I could literally got a natural 20.
Oh, what
So
is
it's
that then?
20 plus your medicine, right?
Yeah, so 20 plus 0 against
Still, a natural 20 is a natural 20.
my bluff check. We'll see. I don't know. So,
Is this
oh no, I still beat you. So you get temporary hit points. Let's see. Oh my God, there's so many. Can somebody pass me d8s?
it's 2d8 plus your charisma modifier.
Plus
Oh
2 more d8s. I need
D8s?
5 d8s.
Here's 2.
Okay, I have 5.
I think this is a D8. Yeah, this is a D8.
I already have 5.
It's so hard to tell.
Nice.
So it's 16 plus 4 is 26, 31,
34.
34.
Oh no,
plus
31. You're right.
34 plus 4 is
38.
38. You get 38 temporary hit points.
You are just flooded
That's a lot.
with this health. And using the wheel, Spice, you get 5 points of temporary health as well. As this kind of surges into you, and you get that little bit of helping
That's
bonus.
the power of love.
But as this pulses through, it is the power of love. You're not sure for whom. There is a lot of emotions in the air. But that is the wheel.
Thank you.
Wow.
Anything else, Spice?
I'm not going to move, but what I'm gonna do up to Henry is I'm gonna say. What was I gonna say? I had it already. Motherfuck. Something about What's her name? Mrs. Williams?
Miss Williams.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go. What did Henry say to me? He was like, Julian will never forgive you or some shit.
No wonder
This is
Julian
what
hates you.
Oh, I'm gonna go, no wonder Miss Williams hates you, into his mind, hoping that he's K-Baby. If
Okay.
anybody is
that's what you
following
thought.
it.
That's
yeah,
what you
that
thought
is
it
what
was.
I thought. I don't know if it's the right one,
I think it's
but
Henry
You
still.
beam this into their mind, and you're doing that just as a
free action.
free action, no problem. You do that. That is your turn.
Yep.
Okay, that brings us to everybody else. So those two who are in the hallway are going to rush out towards the starship. Yep, they're going to use that starship for cover. Yeah, and they're both going to take attacks against Bubbles. Bubbles, that is going to be a 15 to hit,
Miss.
and then a 26 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. Bullets just tracing all around you. The one who is up on the couch is going to take a shot up at Shade. Shade, you do get +2 to your AC from cover, which won't matter because it's just a 12 to hit.
Yes.
Almost a natural one. That is all of the other guys. Those two who are in the... Yeah, they just run out the door now. No longer bamboozled. The one who is by the couches will take a shot at Shade. Shade, does a 24 hit?
Miss.
Okay. Semi-auto fire just dances around your feet, but for the moment you are safe. You can hear the wrenching sounds of the two henchmen who are sealed off into the into what you do not really know, but it's some kind of a spa-like room. They are unable to get away from it. They're kind of sealed in. That is everybody going to the top of the round to Sly Grin. They stand up using all of their movement. And looking around, they are going to aim at Shade and unleash a volley of shots.
Oh, wow.
Shade, does a 24 hit your KAC? Or sorry, your EAC?
No.
And then the second one is less. And then the third one is less. So there is a shot of fire, one of cold, and then another of just single projectiles that on either side. But you were able to dodge away from one. You
Running
go
up
up
the
the ramp and up the ramp.
Running up the stairs.
But that is Sly Grin's turn. That brings us to you, Shade.
Run up the stairs.
Okay.
But I'm actually just trying.
All right, Kate Bush, let's get
I
it.
dropped my thing.
Okay, you drop it.
Jump.
Bubbles, at the end of your turn, also, by the way, you did take 4 points of burn
Okay.
damage.
How does that work with my -5? I just take nothing then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
He's just on fire until
Your
it's
skin is
matter.
just like crackling away and slowly it's beginning to tan more than burn.
There's no hair to burn, so
Yeah.
it goes out pretty quick.
That's kind of funny.
All right, so I'm gonna jump jets up to him,
Okay.
and I'm gonna distracting hack again. It's cocked. Does a 33 affect it?
It does not. Close, but not quite.
Okay, and then I'm going to hit him with that old swish swash. I'm gonna try to slash.
Okay, they have the pistol aimed at Bubbles.
Non-lethal.
Non-lethal.
That's gonna be 29 to hit
29
against KAC.
That
Oh,
hits.
All right, that's gonna be some. Where's my other one? No, I got it. Oh, I was just looking everywhere besides where it was. That's gonna be 20 points of slashing.
Okay. They are still up. But as you slash across, you can see that opens a deep rent in the armor. You can see the plexiglass cracks across the front, and there is blood that now runs down through and drips on the floor. You can see their brows furrow. The gun kind of bobs heavy in their hand, and they turn to you and they say, "Why would you do this for somebody who left the love of their life behind? She'll turn on you too."
I was looking forward to racing you.
You can see make a intimidation check.
This is like that just went right over Shade's head. He's like, I don't give a fuck about love.
I'm not here for feelings.
God,
I'm here
no.
to
I'm
race.
here to fucking win this fucking race.
I'm here for fun.
That's so funny.
23.
23. His voice catches in his throat a little bit. He isn't
Another
quite sure
part
what
of
to
me
do
is
with that.
looking
And
forward to
He
killing
blushes.
you.
you can see he nods, just goes, what? And he turns, his hand comes back out. He's not able to grab what he's going for. That kind of catches him in the moment. Anything else, Shade?
That's it.
All right.
you
That
say
is your
stagger?
turn. Not
Yeah, he's
quite.
fucking
But Gibbs, what would you like to do? Echo, you're on deck.
stunned. Literally stunned.
Gibbs hasn't done much, so
You literally healed everybody.
yeah, I don't want to keep doing that though.
Yeah, you don't have to because we're all fine now.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
I'll life
We're not
link
all
the
fine.
bubs.
Okay.
Sorry, so that does that. Gibbs starts to bleed from this,
So 10
Okay.
but yeah.
So Gibbs, feeling your friends take damage, you surge more of your life force into it, and as you do this time, you taste just a little bit of blood in your mouth. Just a tiny trickle comes out of your soaky nose.
Cool.
Bubs feels warm and he knows it's Gibbs.
Yeah. I can get here with 40 feet of movement using.
Yes, you can.
I have to use my Heelys
Yeah.
to get
so
there.
there's little sparks as you go up. You slip a little in the blood that kind of coats the bottom here, but no problem.
And then are they perfectly stacked or are they?
Yes, they are. They're in a line. Yes, they are.
I don't want to do it.
Do it.
No, I won't.
Kill Shade.
Can I? I'm gonna mind thrust.
Mind thrust.
Kasatha,
Do it.
at the highest level I can, which I believe is 3 because I've used my 4th level spell.
Okay, what
slots.
kind of save is that?
Could I get a will save?
Oh, that's probably
please?
more damage.
Can.
I
That is
love Mind
only a
Thrust. That's been like
14.
the
Oh, he
OG Starfinder spell.
fails.
Nice. Let's see it. Big money.
Guys, it's my biggest spell and I can't fucking find it. Oh, here it is. All right. 7d10 damage.
Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Hardcore Henry's going.
No, this is
This is on the Kasatha.
I'm not.
Oh, that took no damage, so you might take him down.
I can't non-lethally attack someone with mind thrust. 42 points of
42
damage.
points of damage. Okay.
I'm kind of surprised it's that low. 42 for 10d8 or d7.
There's definitely a lower. If it's D8, if it's D10.
7d10.
9, 10, 2, 3,
Yeah,
5,
that's-
4, 9.
Yeah.
That's my spread. It's not
So
bad.
you
No, it's not bad.
use mind thrust, and as you do, there is a warp of energy around their head, and you can see physics itself kind of distorts, and the head wobbles. The red eyes go wide, and one of them kind of flickers and blinks a little bit, and they are badly hurt by that, but they are still up.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I'm just gonna be supportive.
Okay, you're supportive.
there.
You can see they sink down to one leg. They almost drop one of their pistols. I mean, that hurts them bad, but they are still up. That is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to Echo.
All right. So there's, like, those people are attacking us from behind the ship. Yes.
Yep.
Cool. Echo is going to run up on top of the ship.
Okay.
Echo is here, and they want to be here.
Yeah.
And not quite within melee contact, but enough to hit all of them in a cone.
Heyo.
I love the cone.
And as they run forward, they're going to switch from the disintegrator pistol to the uppercut,
Okay.
and switch on automatic mode. How many are there? 3?
There are 2.
1, 2, 3.
3. Okay. Oh, yeah. There are 3.
Is one of them a civilian that's just stuck there?
So that's a natural 20 for one,
Yay!
That's what you get for hanging out with the carbon cartel.
28 for another, and a natural 1 for the last.
So natural one on the civilian, which lucky as you would
love that.
imagine,
Nice.
you can see the gun just runs out of ammo as you just spray them down
like,
with
"Oh my
this
God."
uppercut.
And then it
traces
trails.
across both of them. Go ahead and roll damage. Double the damage dice on the first.
Nice.
Love to see it.
You're killing it tonight, Kara.
Yeah, definitely the
Not
MVP.
quite. No one's dead yet.
RE2.
All right, so
There's
that's
2 MVPs.
ooh, almost max damage. So that's 11 times 2, 22, 27 points to the one with the natural 20, and
nice.
16 to the one without.
The one with the natural 20, as you fire bullets across, one of them catches him straight in the throat. And there is no armor there. You just hear the... And there's the bubble of blood as he falls down. The one that you just kind of catch the edge of, they survive, but it spins them around as they take 2 or 3 bullets to the leg. They limp and kind of catch the edge of this and look up at you. You see the expressionless armor kind of gazing and reflecting yourself. Anything else, Echo?
I would sit this one out. And haste
You can pull
circuit
one
back
of
towards Bubs.
Okay. You rush towards Bubbles. You provoke no attacks of opportunity.
Let's go right next to you.
And you stand next to Bubbles, who is surging with renewed energy. That is your turn, Echo, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That brings us to Henry. So Henry has Shade, who is right there in front of them. He is going to take the gun, reverse his grip on it to have it so that he is holding the barrel, and he is going to swing it straight into your throat.
Love
Shade.
that.
As he
That's pretty
attempts
cool.
to use throat punch.
Still -2.
Throat punch -2. Good luck.
That is going to be a 23 against your KAC.
Miss.
As they swing,
yeah.
you move back, and you can feel that there is this crushing intent that is designed to just silence you. But he is unable to do so as he misses. He does get one more regular attack, which is only going to be a 36 to hit.
You can't say
Sorry.
only if it's.
-2, 34 to hit.
You can't say only
Yeah,
if it's like
over
it's way
25.
more than the.
What do you mean only?
Yeah.
If it's
15
over a
points
20.
of bludgeoning damage
Damn.
as he just with the butt of the gun,
Down again.
missing
Oh, you're
with the
down?
first one.
Down again.
Ooh, and just
Wait,
crushes your
11?
windpipe. There is the
You said
and
15 points.
15 points, yeah.
Oh, my only cover is now.
Though you don't need to
crumbled.
breathe,
I'll be back up.
it does
and
seem
around.
to hit something vital enough to just drop you into unconsciousness, at least briefly. But that is all that Henry can do for attacks. They will stand. Actually, they'll stand on you, Shade. Standing up on top of your body, kind of using your chest as a platform. You, Gibbs, as they stand like looming over you, watch as they press down, and you can hear like the armor on Shade begin to crack. They're threatening to attack on the next turn. Their pistol now, they reverse the grip, they aim it towards you, but that is all that they can do. And that brings us to Bubbles. Spice, you're on deck.
Yeah. How high is this up, Joe?
That is 20 feet off the ground.
20. Okay, so I could actually do that perfectly. I will be 5, 10 to move, and 20 in the air. Sorry, I'm just gonna.
I can lifelink.
And I am going to perfect range to standard attack.
Yeah, make your attack.
Henry Kent. And Bub's just gonna yell, "It's over! I'm ending this!" That's a 17 plus standard attack is 15, so 17 plus
32?
15 is 32.
That is a hit.
Yay!
Right. So my D12. Wait, my D12.
Bop him in the face with your.
This is a D12. Can I get a D12? I need another one.
12?
D12.
Beep, 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 bop, boop, beep, boop, bop. What happened to my D12? I had given you
I
D12.
got one.
Yeah. Gibbs is a D12.
A 9 and a 3. So 9 and a 3
12.
plus 17 is 29. Plus 4 is 33. An ally was hit, so 37.
Okay. Anything else, Bubbles? They are still up. As you swing and you slam into them, that shatters any remaining armor on their chest. You can see just gleaming skin and cybernetic organism that is just exposed now to the air. There is blood that is now just freely running off in rivulets around and pooling around the ankles. They're in bad shape. One hand settles on the wound. The other one still holds the pistol traced right on Gibbs's head. But anything else, Bubbles?
That's it.
Alrighty, that is your turn. That brings us to Spice.
Spice being like, God damn, this roach won't fucking die. She claps her hands together, casts Daze on Hardcore Henry.
Okay, what kind of saving throw?
That is a will saving throw.
Will saving throw. That is a flat 30.
Oh, fuck yeah. He fucking dodges my Daze in 1 fucking second.
You get the sense that the chemicals that were injected into him earlier has made him a little bit more resistant to these will saves.
Oh, motherfuck. Okay, so Spice just feels dumb.
Don't.
Go ahead.
I can't. That's that. And then I can't move. I guess I can move, like, where are the fucking stairs to get up here?
I climbed on the crate. I had to scramble the crate.
But you could also take the elevator that is at the edge over there.
With no power.
This?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I guess I'm going to try.
6 rounds later. Ding!
20, 25. Yeah, but like, start to climb it, I
Okay,
guess.
yeah, so you get ready to start climbing it, no problem.
That's my whole fucking turn.
There you go.
Oh, wait, did he respond to me calling Mrs. Williams?
No, so
Okay.
kind of confused by
Okay,
it,
so
and that at
he
least
is
startled
not-
him. Doesn't
It is Kenji.
doesn't seem to perhaps be that person.
Okay,
But
that was a.
like where
we
your
just
thoughts
crossed
at.
that one off.
Like where your thoughts at? That is your turn, Spice. That brings us to everybody else. The there is one person who is up. They staggered up on this car. They're going to point their gun at you, and they're going to fire Echo. That is only going to be a 20 to hit your KAC.
No.
The one who is at the couch, seeing everything that's going on, is going to turn, and she is going to run out the front door.
I
The
see.
one who is over there, kind of,
This one?
yeah, they are going to take a shot at Bubbles and then run. Bubbles does a 25 against her KAC hit. So shatters against it as he runs out. That is everybody else. That brings us to the top of the round and to Sly Grin. He is badly hurt. After taking that blow, is going to turn, their head still ringing from the mind thrust, and they're going to try to take some shots around Hardcore Henry at Gibbs.
So I have cover.
You do not have cover.
Damn.
Why? He's huge. Tiger and his medium creature and she's this small.
Gibbs, you are taken for the same reason that you guys can generally fire through your own allies.
That's fair.
Bummer.
The first attack is going to be a 31 to hit.
So that's gonna hit. I'm gonna destructive rebuke it because
Okay.
it's going to bring me below 10 hit points.
So that is well, oh no, that's almost minimum damage. 13 points of fire damage.
We should kill this guy. Pretty sure.
Okay.
Just take the other
we can
attack.
turn him into
Second
money.
attack is only going to be a 25 against your KAC.
Yeah, you gotta be lower than like 20 to not hit.
Okay, so this semi-auto pistol, as it barks out, is going to deal 8, 9, 10, 20 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
And then the final attack with this hail pistol, that is much higher, so that will certainly hit. And then Gibbs. That is going to be 17 points of cold damage.
Okay. Gibbs goes down, but
No.
Gibbs can destructive rebuke the
First one.
yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Let's save.
Hold up. Target can attempt a fortitude saving throw to halve the damage.
16.
I'm casting this at my highest available spell slot, which is 2nd level.
That's going to be a failure
Which
for
is
them.
3rd level. I have one more 3rd level.
That is a failure for them then.
When I cast it at 46, and the target is flat-footed. 14?
Yeah, 14.
14 damage.
As you destructive rebuke, they fill you full of
Wait.
bullets and ice.
I roll d8s instead of d6s when I'm hurt. Sorry. So, 4d8. 16
points of damage. Okay. As you fire, they are not flat-footed because you spin them around and they fall 20 feet off this platform. And Spice, as you are about to put one hand on and climb, you just hear as they just land and die on the ground in front of you.
Nice job, Gibbs.
But Gibbs is now a red dice because she's bleeding.
Yeah, and you are just hurt and up there on the platform. But that is Sly Grin
it got fucked
now
up.
removed. Shade, what would you like to do? Gibbs, you are on deck.
I'm gonna stabilize. I'm back up with a 19 for the stabilization, and I'm
Okay.
gonna spend a resolve point to
was last
get
session,
back
I don't
on my feet, but I am under his feet. So
Your eyes open up, and you can see Henry looking around, eyes wild now, badly hurt, and they look from you to Bubbles to the body of Gibbs, and they just say, I don't understand why you would do this.
I'm not making myself very known to be back up.
Yeah, he's just murmuring mostly to himself, but that is your turn, Shade.
Yeah, that's all I can do. is-
Gibbs, what would you like to do? Echo, you are on deck.
Gibbs stabilizes with all of her millions of resolve points.
All right. You grit your little Yosogi teeth, and through the darkness, you find some form of safety. But that is your turn. Echo, what would you like to do? Henry is on deck.
Echo is. There's not a whole lot.
There's two folks over here, and then Henry's up there.
I was gonna go. Yeah, that's the problem. Is Echo thinks that that's all that's left. Echo is going to climb up here, and then rush up here to where the red die is, which I assume is Gibbs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And use a computers check as their trick attack to cause their eyes to flash.
Okay.
Beep beep, indeed.
Does he have PTSD from the car that you crashed through?
Here's
Way to find
hoping.
out. Yeah.
There's like still debris falling. Like this
Yeah.
all happened within the space of about 18 to 24 seconds.
Come on.
So that's 36.
36 is a meets it, beats it.
Ooh, okay, here we go.
That is exactly what you
Here we go.
needed for
believe
this
in
trick
you.
attack.
Believe less.
Oh.
Believe less, friend. That's going to be a 26.
Against?
Acid damage.
That would be against EAC, and that is for a second time a meets it, beats it.
Oh! Oh my god!
Damn.
So
you
roll
like
damage on that.
skirted by.
Oh my god,
Look at these
MVP!
dice.
Oh my god. You have a D20 in there.
It's a disintegrator pistol.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
There's no non-lethal damage here.
Yeah.
15.
Bye, Henry.
25. 36, 37. 42 points of acid damage.
Echo, tell us how it happens.
Melt his face.
Whispers in the morning.
There was ample warning. Thank you for your participation.
You level this pistol and you fire. You start right at the head, and almost immediately, the eyes, already wide, already going back and forth, are just eliminated. And as the ray goes down, the body just dissolves in a straight line in half before just splitting and falling on either side. One down and past you, Bubbles, and the other just landing flat and just kind of washing onto Shade's body. Who, Shade, as you come into consciousness, it is just warm in front of you. But
You do piss yourself.
as all of this happens, you can see the lone henchman at the bottom kind of drops their weapon and sprints for the front door. And because there is no longer any combatants left, you are all out of initiative and you have defeated Hardcore Henry.
Yes!
And in this moment, you are within the villa. There is this kind of like, it's almost completely dark. There's little flickering bits of flame and things like that that do light the space enough for you to see. Give me 1 second here. Okay.
I'm rolling like thunder now.
But there is like falling debris, and in this space, you can kind of hear from the Yosoki's communicator kind of crumbling in the debris, this kind of crackle, and you can hear the sound of like little elements of some kind of chatter before the communicator itself just fully dies with the damage that has been done to it. What are you all doing now within this space?
I'm gonna run over to Shade.
You run over to Shade.
We will have company soon.
It takes me 6 seconds because I gotta stay in the fight, but then the next 6 seconds after that, I'll spend the resolve points with everyone clustered and heal everyone a bazillion hit points.
Okay.
I'll tell everyone in a bit.
As they say, we'll have company soon. Echo goes over to check and see if the shuttle is still like the comm system is still viable.
Yeah. Make a
How much was it?
perception check. The comm system is viable with all of the sound of falling rubble and debris and people coughing. It's hard to hear.
32. Echo's just hoping to get like a lock on the channel. that
You
they're
can get a
using.
lock on the channel, no problem, but more important than that, you can see the targeting and the kind of trajectory systems on this craft, and you see unfolding in front of you. First, there is a network of pirate craft that have formed a sort of defensive brigade on the far side of Zin. You can see, led by a craft that you are familiar with, that is known as the Krusty Cutlass, there are 6 approximately destroyer-sized craft that are called things like the Limping Lady, the Dark Humor, the Lemon Lizard, things of that nature, and they are kind of arrayed. And then all of a sudden, a new blip appears. As the Yosoki's communicator dies, almost at the exact same time, there is a large blip, and you see the USR Scranton appear.
Oh,
And a GS-class destroyer designed to take on larger ships head-to-head. This, I would say, Echo, you know enough about ships to know this is like a near 1,000-foot-long craft. Typically, these are the head of like a naval assault. And as this happens elsewhere in the crawler, you can hear alarms begin to blare, loud alarms that would symbolize some kind of battle stations almost. You can hear and feel the rev of the craft below you begin to move, and then another craft appears. You see the USR Hershey, and another one, the USR Aretha Franklin, an 8,000-foot-long swarm craft carrier, and then as more and more craft appear, because it is 9:47. Yes. You all have the sense that there is a limited window to explore this place and perhaps take things before the USR begins their assault on the Zin Crawler proper. But because it is 9:45, we're going to step away for tonight. Thank you for joining us for this session of Starfinder. Mosaic Team 5, as you has all defeated Hardcore Henry, if you have finished this tournament, you imagine that the next time that you rest, not only will you get health back, but you might wake up just a little stronger as you level up. But thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week. If you can't wait that long, we will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for some D&D. But please stay safe. We'll see you next week.
'Cause I'm your lady. And